Hello and welcome to the Yerky Boys. May the Kandrona shine and strengthen you. My name is Will.
My name is Jonathan.
And we are
the Yerky Boys.
Yeah. Oh man, we're cleaning up. We're cleaning up. We're very close to being done with all of the Animorph stuff.
It's true. It's
All of
true. All of it. Every last morsel.
Yes, so pretty much all of the Animorph stuff or the only Animorph stuff that is really left for us to talk about at this point is all of the Animorphs stuff.
Yep. That's why this week we're covering the Oh, no.
The Animerch. All of the
That's
merch
what I was doing.
that you can buy for Animorphs.
The Animerch. Animerch, yes, we've covered the video games and the board games, but now we're talking about the vast array of toys, bookmarks, calendars, t-shirts, all that kind of junk that was at one point produced for Animorphs lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Those little rapscallions.
Like ourselves.
Well, they weren't produced... Well, I suppose. Well, we could talk about that in a little bit. But I do think we should address... It's time to say it is June. We're in June of 2025.
Wow.
And for the Yerky Boys, there is no July. This is the end, folks. This is the end.
Oh, man.
Not this.
Oh,
I mean, not this.
There is
but it's
no
imminent.
July.
There is no July, which is a great anime I watched. I don't know.
I don't like it anymore. I really liked the way you said it. Now I don't like it.
Well, just to give people a heads up about what's going down, like we said, this is our merch episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about Animorphs parodies. I gave it away now because whatever. And then we're going to have one final episode after that where we're going to do just kind of a big wrap up. And that's it. We've done all we can do. It's over. You have to move on and find something else to listen to. Go back to the fucking Dork Bajir Chronicles or the fucking Anadorks or whatever the fuck they're all called.
Dork Bajir Chronicles. Why didn't we call ourselves that?
Because it sucks.
It does suck. Our name's better.
I don't know if those podcasts are still running or not.
Some of them probably are. Probably in our last episode, we'll shit on some of them, just so that you know how bad you are for listening to anyone other than us.
Yeah. So get in this is your last chance. You have 2 or 3 weeks if you want to write anything probably about the merch or about whatever, or probably mostly about final thoughts, something you need to say and you need to hear us read out loud before this show is over. This is it. That's the yerkyboys@gmail.com. You know who did that this week?
Who did that?
I don't know, but I bet we'll find out in the next segment.
You don't know.
Right, but I bet we'll find out in the next segment.
Oh, yeah, the segment. The sharing.
Okay, we put a little stank on it.
I can't help myself.
Yeah. We got an email from Nick No Name here.
Oh, man.
Nick No Last Name, I should say.
Hi, Nick No Name. Maybe bye. I feel like all these emails are kind of melancholy because it's possible they'll be the last time we'll ever hear from these people.
I thought you were theorizing about Nick's possible sexuality. Maybe bye.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, me
Write
too.
in and let us know.
I don't know. How would I know? I'm a virgin. All right. We're celibate. The Yerky Boys are celibate.
Right.
Volcells.
Volcells.
I want to be clear.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Sex is
Anyway.
icky. Yeah, keep going.
Anyway, Nick wrote an email. Hi, Yerky Boys. Since the show will be winding down soon, I have to get a couple of thoughts out of my head and read into the record. It's a shame that the IP couldn't generate a good TV show, video game, or board game. Animorphs as a brand seems dormant now and may never have a resurgence again. I doubt I'll be alive to see any decent Animorphs adaptations in any media format. I know you guys are also King fans. So do you think we'll see a competent version of the Dark Tower before we see any more interest in someone reviving Animorphs? I'm not particularly hopeful that Flanagan's adaptation will ever see the light of day, especially since he's working on a Carrie TV series and because Amazon recently canceled Wheel of Time. And then, now Nick has a few individual subheadings here with thoughts on the graphic novels, the board games, and the video games, but we could pause briefly to address this Stephen King question, which is relevant to probably all our listeners.
Right. Yeah, that's what they're here for. That's what the podcast is about, right?
You know what? Or should I just read the whole thing and then we can go
I
take
don't
it
know.
one piece at a time?
My thoughts on that are very limited because I know very little. Like, I haven't been keeping up with production news, so hearing you say that you don't think it's likely it'll see the light of day makes me sad. I think the little bits, I think everything I know about that, you told me, John. Um, and what I had heard sounded very promising. So I do still think that it's more likely that we would see an adaptation of the Dark Tower that was actually good before we saw a good Animorphs adaptation, just because, I don't know, it feels like there's more shots being taken at it. There's probably a larger adult base for it. I don't know. I don't know if you
Yeah.
have thoughts or beyond that.
Steve, put Stephen King on your commercial is a bit more marketable than K.A. Applegate.
Yeah.
You know, I have faith in Mike Flanagan. I love him, and I think he's going to get it done. I think
Okay.
he's going to get it done.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
sounded,
Amazon, who knows? But
yeah, I was gonna say it sounded like the one of the bigger worries Nick had was about whether it would actually happen at all.
yeah,
But
I
I
think
don't
it will
know.
actually happen,
Okay.
and I think it will actually be good. The
Mhm.
only thing that maybe Amazon will cancel it
Mm.
before it's finished. That would suck.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hope
Um,
that you're right, but maybe not right on that last part.
Sure. Okay. Okay, now Nick has some more specific thoughts on the other Animorphs adaptations here. Graphic novels. The graphic novels are my biggest disappointment. You guys nailed all the issues I had with them. Really nothing to add there other than Chris Grimes is a selfish bitch. His words, not mine. To want to be the only one to adapt the books. Did this dumb motherfucker know there were 54 books he signed on to do one-to-one adaptations? I have a working theory that this dude has face blindness due to the fact every single character looks the same.
I like how both Nick and Kat are like, I agree with everything you said, except that I fucking hate them, whereas you guys liked them.
Yeah, I'm living for the haters on this one. I got to tell you, I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love the hate.
honestly, it's good. It makes me feel better about being a hater when I do it. It's like, see, this
Yeah.
time it wasn't even me.
Yeah, you're not totally wrong there. Okay, next, board games. First of all, I want to say I found the videos of your board game playthroughs unsettling. It felt like I was peeping in on something I shouldn't, since all I could see were arms and all I could hear were disembodied voices. But I was glad to hear your thoughts on board games. I have only recently become a fan of board games, so I can't add any profound thoughts. I am glad to hear that these games are not good, so I'm not compelled to seek them out and spend money on them. Yeah, we did it, so you don't have to.
That's what we did. That's what we did. I don't know if I know I said it on the Patreon. I don't know if I said it on the main podcast, but if those videos are good, it's entirely due to, like, any quality in those videos is
They're good.
entirely due to Jonathan's editing skills, having been there during the filming.
Yeah, most of it's good. I think they're good.
Okay.
They're
That's a
very.
testament
I mean,
to your abilities, I think.
the thing is, as Nick said, our faces. These are on the Patreon, by the way, for listeners. You have to see them on the Patreon. But yeah, our faces aren't in the video. It's just an overhead view of the board, basically.
Mhm.
And I think that also made us. we didn't feel like we were on camera as much. So after a
Mm,
while, we kind of forget, and it is kind of just us playing a game.
right.
So it's a little. It does feel maybe sort of voyeuristic that it's we're not as on, so to speak.
Mm. That's true. That's true. I mean, I guess that could have been a proof of concept because, like, when we started this podcast, it's like I don't get on a microphone and have to be quote unquote on, as the people put it. So it's like I have to figure out what that means. But that's probably different from being on in a video, right? Where I have to like look at stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe that would have been like does this work? Can we do this? Put it on Patreon so nobody has to look at it. But we didn't do that.
It's bonus content. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Watch it or don't. As someone who recorded many playthroughs of board games with my face in them and
Hmm.
edited those, yeah, it can be draining because if you're really doing it, you got to really do it.
Yeah, you did used to do that a lot, but never having watched any of those videos because I'm a bad friend. I didn't know if your face was in it or not, and when we set it up, you were just like, "Yeah, fuck it, we're just pointing it at the board game." So I was like, "Yeah,
Well,
maybe that's
because
not normal. I don't know."
we didn't really have a setup for it. Like we
That's
just,
true.
I have one camera here. Like I wasn't gonna do two angles or some shit like that. We
Yeah.
were just it's bonus content for Christ's
Yeah.
sakes.
And plus that lets us look like shitty piece of shit slobs and not worry about it. And also you don't have to worry about like, oh shit, I have to like make my apartment look nice because you're gonna like see it because I don't have a fucking background. Right? It's
Yeah.
like whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the table.
Yeah. And people would have unsubscribed if they could see what you look like currently.
Well, some people might find it charming, I think.
Finally, Nick has thoughts about video games. He says, secondly, I got to tell you, Nick, this is actually the fourth thing you've said, but however you want to characterize it. Secondly, the video game playthroughs and discussion were also great. I did play the first level of Shattered Reality on Steam Deck, and it was underwhelming. My gaming time is infrequent nowadays, so I wisely decided to stop once I completed that first level. On that note, I did have an idea for a video game. If you remember, you probably don't. I pitched a movie trilogy where the main protagonist was Jake and the Yerk invasion was out in the open. I think what made you guys most upset was I said we gotta get rid of Tobias or Marco. You guys were in hysterics over this minor change to the story.
I think there might be some hysterics coming back. I do remember this, believe it or not.
Well, fellas, I have a fix. A video game tie-in to my movie trilogy where Marco is the protagonist. His side story is finding out his mom is Visser 1 and his mission is to save her. So we can cast Marco, he can be a background character where it's acknowledged he's doing his own thing, and we give him Tobias to play off of, so we have a sort of buddy cop back and forth with him that allows Marco to be funny and Tobias to be serious. Your comrade, Nick no last name.
I love that your idea for a video game, Nick, is well, instead of just making a standalone video game, I'm going to tie it into the movie franchise that doesn't exist that I also pitched. Pretty good. You've got a whole media empire growing here.
Well, what he's doing here is Enter the Matrix,
Mm.
which, if listeners, of course, know, I'm sure, that when The Matrix Reloaded came out, there's two characters, Ghost and Niobe, and if you wanted to understand their full story, you needed to play Enter the Matrix, which came out simultaneously and takes place concurrently with the film. So I like this. Obviously, I want a Marco Tobias buddy cop.
Right.
I don't know what he didn't give any details about what's the genre of this game. What do you do?
No, I
I don't
don't think
know.
I liked it when he said Marco and Tobias buddy cop.
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't really care about the genre. But I'm also not a gamer, so I would probably prefer it as like a movie or a
a
miniseries or
visual
something.
novel,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. A
a
visual novel.
book.
Yes. A romance genre. You can either play as Marco or Tobias, but you have to romance the other one.
Thanks for your email, Nick. Anyone else can email us, theyerkyboys@gmail.com. You have 2 weeks
Wow.
So don't waste it. If you're listening to this, get on it now. I'm going to piggyback off this email a little bit
Mhm.
because I kind of wanted to talk about this as a lead in because today's episode we're talking about all kinds of merch. Now, of course, we already covered the video games and board games, but Nick is kind of I'm going to piggyback off this here. He's making me think. I did want to ask you, and I probably your answer is going to be, I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't know. Don't why are you asking me a question? I don't know.
You mean the listeners is who you're when you say you.
Um,
Because I wouldn't say anything like that.
right. It's just a hypothetical. Anyone who I might ask this question to. If the question is, what would your idea for a board game or video game for Animorphs be? And I think this has come up in passing over the course of the show where sometimes something in the book I'll go, this would be a good board game. But let's just say hypothetically, Scholastic reached out to us. They said, we love the Yerky Boys and we want you to be consultants on our new Animorphs brand relaunch. What's it doesn't it can be a broad it doesn't we don't need to go into specifics, but like what would your general idea be of what would be a good, competent, successful one of those adaptations? Again, board game or video game.
Yeah, I
Have you
mean,
thought about this?
so I have not thought about this really outside of just the board game and video game episodes. I think that probably if I were to give a long detailed answer, most of it would be me trying to remember all of the ways in which I like said the video games could be better or said the board games could be
Mhm.
better. Like I don't know that I'm enough of a board gamer or a video gamer to just have like an ideal concept in mind, as opposed to just like how would you tweak the pre-existing one. Um but I don't know, in terms of board games at least, I feel like there is a lot of room for different genres here. Like I prefer playing with cards. I would love to see some sort of weird Animorphs deck building game. I
Mm.
think that there could be interesting Yerk based or sharing based social deduction games. Like imagine
Mhm.
a game. Hell, imagine a game where you're all Yerks and you have to find the Chi or the morphed Animorph or something. Like one of the controllers is actually an Animorph. Like there's so many options
Mm.
that you could go with that are like really fun and cool. I think fundamentally what I would be looking for at the end of the day would be, you know, less this just like generic, it's a board game, but it's skinned to look like an Animorphs thing, and something that's a little bit more like it feels like you're in the world to some degree. And I know that's a very vague answer, but like I said, I haven't really thought about it.
No, that's pretty good. There's kind of two approaches to this. One is there's a company called Cryptozoic that makes trading cards and card games and board games.
Hmm.
And they had the Rick and Morty license. They probably still do.
Hmm.
And they never made, I don't think, a Rick and Morty the board game.
Hmm.
Instead, what they did was there's like 8 different Rick and Morty games, and each one is based off an individual Rick and Morty episode. So it's like, oh, remember that one where they had all the imaginary friends or whatever the fuck that was? I don't even remember anymore.
Hmm.
Well, there's a card game where it's like all those guys and you try to mess with them or whatever. So that is the thing with Animorphs is so big, you could just pick out individual books and just say this is the stranger the book.
Hmm.
This is the separation, and it's a weird 2-player game where you're each one of the Rachels. you know, this is a solo game. You're Cassie in the Outback, and you got to survive. I'm
Hmm.
just trying to think of the most popular books people would want to see
Right,
adapted.
of course, that's one of them for sure.
um,
Helmicrons.
Sure, Helmicrons, absolutely. You're all individual Helmicron armies. Maybe some of you are male Helmicrons and you have to try to outsmart the females or something. There's so many options. And I mean, what you said about the social deduction does seem like the most obvious choice because that's the whole thing of Yerks is
Mhm.
hiding in plain sight. And I like that you reversed it too,
Mhm.
where usually in those games the people who are hiding and lying are the quote unquote bad guys,
Mhm.
but it could be the other way where you're a secret animorph. That's very cool. Love that idea, and I love those kinds of games. But the alternative to that is, what if you were going to make, if you could only make one, then I feel like you kind of have to make the Animorphs board game, which I think needs to be more broad, more kind of like the basis of what the Invasion game was, where everybody is an Animorph. I would of
Mm.
course make it cooperative, and you're all fighting, trying to keep the board clear of Yerks or whatever. And there's event cards and things come out. And you have to stop them.
Mm.
There'd be something fun. I like your idea of a deck builder too. Honestly, that's
Yeah, I mean, like I
probably pretty
there
good.
is something fun of with the idea of a cooperative game where the board is just you're drawing cards from a deck to have like Yerk operations pop up or something like that, and then you have to like move your Animorphs around the board to, you and all the
Hmm.
players. It's like, okay, shit, we got to go over there and stop the Yerks. Oh fuck, they're building a spaceship over here. Oh no, they're infesting the president over here. We got to keep them under control. There's something to that for sure.
Yeah,
How do,
and that allows you to incorporate all aspects of the books too, or do expansions, or you can have it be scenario based.
mm-hmm,
So you might say, oh, let's play the David scenario. And
right.
normally there's no David in the game, but now you like add in the David cards and he's on the board and he's your boss in this game. That kind of thing is fun.
Right. One of those what's the like really well-known one? It's like a haunted house one. I think you don't like it, but everyone likes it.
Oh, Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Yeah, like you could do something like that where like each scenario is just a different book, and not, like not like something like Gloomhaven where it's a campaign and but just like, yeah, we're going to go play
Hmm.
book 13 now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Totally, totally. Arkham Horror does that kind of thing. There's a lot of games that do that. I cut you off. You were going to say something else before.
Oh, I was going to say, how do you feel about like what was that Lord of the Rings game you played with? It was like War for the Ring. We spent like
Hmm.
goddamn 9 hours on. How do you feel about a like campaign game like that where one person plays the Yerk invasion, one person plays the Animorphs? It takes literally all day and it stretches like practically the entire series.
I mean, I would be totally down for that. Probably it wouldn't be my first choice. That would be if there were 4 other Animorphs board games. I might say let's do that one now.
Hmm.
But I mean, I would play it obviously. That is another option. The kind of the larger, the big picture. Anyway,
Hmm.
I mean, you could do space battles. You could
That's
do one
true.
where you're just always in morphs
That's
versus not.
true. I hadn't even
There's
considered space battles. Like you could literally just
Yeah,
have like I'm the Andalite fleet and you're the Yerk fleet. I have to mobilize my fighters from the dome ship.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I
You
didn't even
can you
think of
just
that.
have like a miniatures game, like Star Wars X-wing, but with Andalites.
Mm.
There's all kinds of possibilities. Throw in some Capucins, different factions, whatever you want.
This is good. I'm glad we're getting into all this because we wouldn't want to start on our topic too early.
This is the topic, though. This is
Mm.
merch.
Sure. It's
This
merch
is
we've already
merch.
covered, though.
Yeah, but I think this is we didn't we really I think focused on the specifics of the merch we
Mm.
covered, and I don't think we had the chance to say what would we like. That's why I wanted to ask this. It's good. It's good podcasting.
I didn't say it's bad. I'm just,
Stop trying to undercut what I'm doing. Fucking worst co-host. At video games, I don't know. There's too many possibilities of what a. I really don't know what I would want a video game for Animorphs 2 be. I guess an RPG makes the most sense because you have a party. I don't even know though. It's too. I don't know. That's honestly much harder for me to envision. I don't know what that should look like. I feel like I should have a better idea of it, and I don't because I don't think it should just be a platformer.
Mhm.
I guess a point and click adventure game, right? That's what I've always said.
Yeah,
That's my thing. That's what I would want. But
that's your thing. As a guy who exclusively plays Pokemon for the most part, I think maybe if you just made it like Pokemon, maybe that could be good. I wonder if they've done that. Have they
interesting.
done that?
That's a good idea.
Somebody should try that.
Yeah. Let us know. You have 2 weeks to email us about that. All right. Now we can talk about the other merch that's not those things,
Right.
if you
Uh,
want.
Now, as our guide for this, I think we're just going to be using the Seropedia merch page, right? And we're just going to start going down it and talking about everything as we see it.
Yeah, so I'll put a link in the description. W- this is one episode that hopefully isn't hard to follow, but maybe it will be if you're just listening to it, because we are going to be talking about a lot of physical merch items that you won't be able to see unless you go to this convenient Seropedia page, our faithful resource that we always rely on, and click through, and there's tons of pictures on here of all the stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and honestly, if you've listened this far, you're used to 30 minutes of us talking about an image that you can't see. So, strap in, you can get 2 hours of that today.
All right. Where are we going to start? Oh, guide.
Oh, guide. All right. I guess yeah, let's start with these jigsaw puzzles, right?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. This is exciting. Now, pretty much all of this merch, I would say, was produced between 1998 and 2000. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
that's
is
the
what I
period.
recall from what I saw when I looked it over here.
And these are no exception.
Mhm.
There
Uh
are 4 of these,
yeah,
right?
these look like what, 99 or something, or they were out by 99 for sure. Or no,
It
released in
says released
98.
98.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, by Milton Bradley.
Yes. Oh, ooh, wait a second. It says here, okay, they have 200 puzzle pieces and they all have a lenticular card. Now that you've taught
Wow.
me that word, it's my favorite word.
I didn't really teach you that word, right? Did
I
I? You're
I am
joking?
not sure that I like really heard that. Like when you said it, I immediately was like, yeah, that thing, but maybe that was just from context. I don't
Hmm.
That's not a
I
word
don't
I
know.
use or hear.
I mean, I couldn't define it. I just know that's a card that looks shiny and moves. you know? Okay. Um, let's start with this here. Jigsaw
Mhm.
puzzles. Are you a puzzle guy?
Um, I am not actually a puzzle guy. I like the idea of puzzles, but I don't like put them together. Like the one or two times as an adult that I've spent a little bit of time helping someone put together a puzzle, mostly you, it's been like, oh yeah, this is
Oh
kind of
yeah.
fun. But I'm not the kind of guy who would go out and get a puzzle and put it together.
I'm like a minor puzzle guy.
Hmm.
I kind of started getting into it probably during COVID quarantine.
Hmm.
There's these things called magic puzzles one company makes that's the one you and I think did a little
Hmm.
together that are very fun, and that kind of got me into it. And there is something that's fun about them. I love the game Puzzling Places, which is a virtual reality 3D puzzle game. Big fan of that. I don't do them that much. I haven't done a lot lately. I have like a handful around, but they can be a fun activity to do while you're just listening to a podcast and kind of mindless. The 200 piece puzzles, this is amateur shit.
I mean, yes, this is for children, obviously.
Fucking amateur shit.
I
I
mean,
need 1,000 pieces. I need
what
1,000.
you wanted them in 1998 to make Animorphs puzzles for adults. That's what you wanted.
Sure, why not?
I just don't know that that was the market.
Well, that sucks. 200 pieces? Fucking, this is for losers. These puzzles also, I think, well, we can talk about the art, but they don't look particularly challenging because the art, I mean, besides the number of pieces that is not huge, the art itself is pretty. There's like a lot of distinction and variation in terms of the colors and shapes on it. So I feel like when
Hmm.
you're putting it together, it would be pretty easy to know which pieces go where, other than maybe a few corners of purple and blue.
Hmm. I
I
mean
don't think
that
these are going to be that challenging.
again. But that's like good if you're giving these to like an
yeah.
8-year-old who's like, this is the first puzzle I've ever really like tried to put together. like on my own, and I want to do my puzzle. I think that that is potentially a plus. Uh, I kind of love like all this artwork. It
The
rules.
artwork's insane. So the artwork is done by a guy named Rick Grayson.
Hmm.
Um,
That's
I
like
it's
Dobbin,
not
like
what?
Robin, but you reverse the letters. Get it?
Yeah, so
All right. That's enough
yeah,
of that.
yeah. When I Google Rick Grayson, all that comes up is Robin.
Like, of course, yeah.
But that's Dick Grayson.
I know, but nobody's heard of this guy. Everybody's heard of Robin.
It doesn't even say at the top, like, Google will usually say, "Oh, did you mean Dick Grayson?" Because technically, I guess you could also abbreviate Richard as Rick. So they're like, "Yeah, Rick Dick, that's the
Mm.
guy. That's who you want."
Mm.
Like they're not even giving me the choice to say you're wrong.
I mean, Google also doesn't like work anymore, so could be part of the problem.
All right, hold on. Now I added artist, and I think I found this guy. He has a website here where he says he's been producing commercially successful art for over 20 years. He's worked with Milton Bradley, Disney, Lucasfilm, Hasbro, Scholastic is listed in there. And he's got some Christmas images that look like they're from Christmas puzzles. He's got dragons on castles.
Is
He's
he
got
normally like a puzzle guy, or
fantasy.
like what does he like? What's his? Does he do literally anything? Does he have a specialty?
Um, it sure seems like he concentrates on puzzles.
Okay, puzzle guy.
Oh, sorry. His areas include advertising, publishing, games, movies, and technology. I so maybe he does some other stuff, but mostly like commercial art.
Hmm.
He's not. I don't think this guy. He doesn't have a comic or a. You know. He's making his money. you know. Anyway, the art for these puzzles is nuts.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
absolutely nuts.
if you watched the music video for Jonathan's whatever we didn't start the fire parody about us, we
Animal.
read the
Oh yeah.
books entire. There
Thank you.
are some bits of this art that made their way into that music video. So you've seen a little
Hmm.
bit of it potentially already.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So again, there are 4 of them. Let's just go one at a time. I mean,
Yeah.
first up, there's the invasion,
Hmm.
and it's Jake morphing into a tiger. I think they all feature a kid morphing, and you see all the transitions.
Yeah. It's a
And,
classic 5 transitioner. They got the number right.
and then he's facing off in the Yerk pool against Visser 3, who is morphed as probably that fucking thing that's in all the games.
Yes, I mean this would be the thing that shoots fireballs and has the like thing for the number 8 or whatever, except it only has 4. And in all it yes, in here this looks like the same basic design. Not the same art, but the same basic design as the monster Visser 3 turns into in all of the games, both board and video.
A big green monster with a bunch of arms with spiky metal. Not, I guess they're not metal, but they look like
Mhm.
metal claws.
Kind of like trident claws. I don't know, except that there's yeah, that's not just 3. Like they've got 3
Oh yeah,
dimensions to them, right? Like there's a
yeah.
bottom one too.
And he's pretty cool looking. He's all his heads are snarling and drooling.
Yeah, I mean he looks much better here than in all of those because he's like posed, right? Like he's looking at Jake. He's like looming menacingly. His arms are coming out. Um I don't even know that I noticed on or if it's true that on the other versions of this does he in this one he has one eye per head, which is pretty fun.
Hmm. Hmm.
With like little these same spiky metal horns coming out of it, this big mouth on all of them. Yeah,
Kind of
I
looks
love these
like.
heads.
Does it kind of look like Gypsy from Mystery Science Theater?
It does. You mean GPC?
I'm
You can't.
sorry. I'm
You can't.
so sorry. Oh
You
no, the
should be.
woke
No, but you
mob is
should
gonna
be.
come after
No,
me.
no, you
Oh.
should be.
I said I'm sorry. What do you want?
I don't know that you did. I don't know that I accept that apology.
You don't what? Why? I said
I
I'm
just
sorry.
I just
What?
don't
What
know
do you
that I
want?
accept it.
Don't you people ever get enough?
What do you mean by that?
Um,
You people.
what I'm talking about is it does kind of look like GPC from Mystery Science Theater.
Right.
So that's fun. So now on this cover, Jake is morphing into a tiger right in front of him. So that wouldn't happen.
Right.
It's also sort of confusing because in order to show like the covers in a way, but it feels more emphasized here. There seems to be motion.
Yeah.
Like Jake starts on the left, and as he morphs, by the time he's a full tiger, he's much further to the right of the image, which makes it seem like when you morph, you teleport in a direction.
Yeah, he's like zipping as he morphs from side to side. It's like a Dragon Ball Z thing where they like move really fast and they blur out. So he's like blurring over here.
Yeah, so that's a bit strange, but I guess how else do you convey this? I mean, with including action and motion. So that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, his tiger is pretty actiony, whatever. He's like up on his hind legs. He's got his paws out. He's roaring, right? He's not just standing there as a tiger. He's facing off here with Visser 3.
Now, what would have been cool, what if it was a normal just Jake, but then there's another part of the puzzle or something you replace it with and it's a tiger and you can have like two different puzzles.
This is your like
one.
magic puzzle shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But you don't even have to do anything magic. It could literally just be swap out the tiger or something. I don't know.
I feel like the issue with something like that is that since these are for kids, like you're not going to be like, okay, these pieces here, you either take this set for the Jake or this set for the tiger, and kids would just kind of like throw them together or mix them up, and you'd end up being like, I can't make a complete Jake or a complete tiger.
Yeah, you have to buy two of them so you can have them both for your collection. That's how you get them.
I see. I just feel like a lot of these ideas require you to be more of an adult than the target audience for these puzzles.
Well, I'm a fucking adult. What do you want? What do you want me to do? I'm not going to give comments as if I'm 9.
Unlike my children's games that are
old.
9-hour campaigns that take all day, that's for babies, right? You want stuff for adults.
Right. Go to the next image now.
I mean, I do want to say on this Jake transition here, they aren't as weird looking or horrifying as some of the covers. Like, they all look kind of just like fun, right? Like, if I look at Jake stage 2, he's basically still got a human face, tiger stripes on the clothes. If I look at Jake number 4, he just looks like a smaller tiger. And Jake number 3 just looks like a handsome furry, right? Like,
Jake number 3 looks like Tony the Tiger.
He kind of does. If Tony the Tiger had some like nice like 90s boy hair, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes are more than good.
They're Jake.
They're great. Oh, okay. That's good.
Background is all blue. Yerkpool, you can see a staircase, you can see a tunnel. There's like a red pit, which I think at first I thought might be supposed to be the Yerkpool, but tiny, but I think it's actually a crack in the floor where Visser 3 is stomping, like maybe he's opened up a chasm into some lava.
Yeah. The earth is opening up underneath them. It's intense. There's a lot of action. It's dramatic.
Yeah, it's cool. But I do think this is one of the more I mean, I think it is the most like flat background. Like most of the emphasis here is Jake and Visser 3, whereas when we get to these other ones, there's going to be a lot more stuff going on back there.
Okay, like for instance,
which one's next on our list? Do you want to do here? I don't even know.
I mean, I was just going to go in the order.
The Encounter. Yeah, here we go.
The Encounter, which I guess these are in the order of by book release.
Yes, they are. So the Encounter is a Tobias book, so of course the Animorph on it is Marco. Well, although there is Tobias too. He's also there.
Yeah, they're both there. Yeah, it's Marco turning into a wolf.
Hmm. He
which I
does.
guess he does do in
Yeah, in
that
that
book,
book, he
right?
turns into
Yeah.
a wolf. Yeah.
Like once again, though, this is gorilla erasure. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but if you want a scene from that book,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't turn into a
Well,
gorilla in
why'd
that
they
book.
pick this one? Why didn't they just do the Predator?
I mean, I guess. Listen, I like this scene.
This also could be any, like, this could be any book. I mean, I know it's whatever, he turns into a wolf, it's more specific, but it's like there's nothing in the background that you're like, oh
Uh,
yeah, that's that one book. They're just in a forest. It's like could
they're
be
in a
anything.
forest with a lake with a gigantic spaceship blotting out the sky, hovering over the lake, and bug fighters swarming around
That
while Marco
doesn't
turns
look
into a wolf.
gigantic. That doesn't look gigantic. That looks small
Uh,
to me.
I hmm
I
hmm.
think that's you're reading into it because of what you know about the story. That's a
I
tiny little shitty spaceship.
don't think that's true.
It's small. That looks small. You know how many times they're in the woods with spaceships? It's like every other book.
Hmm.
Don't tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
That spaceship is yeah, no, I'm gonna disagree. This is pretty distinctly book three.
Well, you're an idiot.
Mm,
What are you going to
listeners
do?
can look and decide for themselves.
Yeah, they'll know I'm right. Anyway, this cover sucks. I hate it. This puzzle's stupid.
Wait, you don't like the Marco book?
It's not a fucking Marco
You
book.
don't like the Marco cover?
When he's morphing into a wolf, it does. I mean, he does just look like in the first one. It just looks like he got facial hair.
I mean,
It's very My Hairiest Adventure
his
inspired.
his face does kind of extend a little bit. He looks rather goofy. I like that a little bit better than the Jake thing. Although then this middle form, his face kind of looks like it. I don't know. He looks more like a raccoon. He doesn't look like half
He
wolf, half
does.
human.
He does look like a raccoon, perhaps a bear. He's got a little teddy bear face.
Little teddy bear, bear cub. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
final wolf is like really
I
ferocious.
love this final wolf. This
It's
is some
very
like
scary.
eating Little Red Riding Hood shit.
Unlike the Jake puzzle, we don't know he's not facing off against one of those ships. They're just incidental. You hardly even know they're there. They're not really important to the image or the setting.
He's running away.
Uh,
He looks ferocious, but he's running away. He doesn't want to get
he's
zapped by these bug
running away.
fighters.
He's running and snarling to attack the away he's running to.
Yeah, well, wolves are just like, they're very angry, fierce creatures. So, he's getting hyped up so he can run.
And then Tobias is big in the corner as a hawk, of course, and just kind of chilling.
Yeah, he
Got its
doesn't.
wings out.
His color scheme, I like it, but it's a little too like his tail is like bright red like a parrot, and then the rest of his feathers are like gray almost, as opposed to being like a more generic brownish that you would see on an actual red tail. But I do like him. I think he looks pretty cool. He's a very
I
handsome bird.
think I think they tried to make him a little more blue and maybe to go
Mm,
with the sky and Marco's outfit to try and make the puzzle more challenging.
mm. I
So
think
you're
this
not
might be a
just
dress thing where I'm like, yeah, it looks where like if you were to look at it, it'd be like, yeah, it's blue, but I'm reading it as gray because of like the blue. There's all this sky there, these mountains in the background with the like fog over them.
if
Some
you're looking at on Ceropedia, I think it looks bluer in the actual puzzle picture, whereas like the box
mm,
image looks grayer. I don't know if you
yeah,
see
it could
that.
be. Okay, I'm looking at the puzzle now.
Well, the
Ooh, yeah,
puzzle's
got
much
some.
clearer.
Yeah, this looks good. Oh, I like this better. This puzzle. I should be looking at these puzzle images.
Yeah, so in this case, the one Ceropedia has with the box looks like shit, so it's
Mm.
not really a good way to look at it.
The gigantic spaceship, like the transport
I
truck
don't see
ship
that.
thing
The
in the
little one,
background
yeah.
here, bleeds into the sky a lot more here than it does on the box. Like it's hard to distinguish the barrier between it and the sky.
Mm. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even see what you were talking about back there.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't really know why you think this is small, but
I
I
thought you
thought,
meant one of those little yellow
yeah, those are
ones.
the bug fighters.
I did not even notice that there was something in the background. I just thought that was the
I
sky.
thought you were just being difficult.
I mean, I still think it's not that big, but I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
It's very different. This is why we need to be looking at the same image.
Right. Well, we didn't really plan out what image to look at. I do
I don't
like
know.
these
This one's
bug
fine.
fighters. How consistent are bug fighter images? Because I feel like this is what I feel like we don't see very many of them, but I feel like I've seen these bug fighters before, and I don't know if it's just because I've looked at this puzzle or if they've used like a similar type of art somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I've seen that maybe in the board game or somewhere.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't feel like I picture them as being or even they're described as being so yellow, like greenish, yellowish. It doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I mean that is not how I picture them either. But I'm just trying to figure out if that's like a mandate or if that's just Rick Grayson's idea.
I think they told him it's called a bug fighter and he took it too literally because they
Mm.
look like flying locusts or something.
How much direction do you think he got on this? Because like these are scenes from the books, right? Like this is not just like I'm gonna draw Marco turning into a wolf or I'm gonna draw Jake turning into a tiger. Like it is like, okay, the invasion. This is a big scene from the invasion. We're in the Yorkpool. Visser 3 is this monster. Like, do you think that someone at Scholastic told him this is the scene, this is what's happening, these are all the
Hmm.
details you have to do? Or do you think that he kind of like, they were like, do a scene from this part of the book, and he like read a couple chapters and did his interpretation of it?
That's a good question. I have no idea. I could see either one occurring. My guess would be one of the editors said, we want this kid. He should be this animal,
Hmm.
and he's doing this." That's my guess. But I don't know. He might have glanced at the book to get some inspiration. He must have at least looked at it because he must have looked at the cover. Unless they just gave him like a sheet of descriptions of characters and what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, I mean, it,
I don't
it
know.
does feel like there's a pretty good amount of detail in some of these. Um, like especially this one and the next Cassie one that feels like he must have gotten more direction than just like, oh, there's a kid, right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah. Speaking of the next Cassie one,
hmm.
the message,
The
right? Is that the one?
message.
The message.
And this one was in your video
Okay.
with axe crashes in
Oh
a
yeah.
lake. Yeah.
Right.
So this is Cassie, and she's in the ocean. She's turning into a dolphin. We see three more dolphins, which I guess are the other morphing animorphs here, down to the bottom. And there's Axe in a dome ship at the bottom.
Pretty cool. There's also some kind of what is that? A manta ray? A stingray? What
Yeah,
do
I
you think
guess
that
that's a
is?
manta ray.
Okay.
I guess.
Oh, oh, crikey! Got a little bit
Uh-oh.
scared. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Don't want to go near one of them.
this was a bad episode for you to show up for, Steve Irwin.
Oh, thought I'd come in and give some fun dolphin facts. But that right scared me, it did. Oh, pip pip cheerio. Oh, he had to leave.
Yeah, I think so. I think that manta ray venom or whatever might have
Yeah.
messed with his head a
Yeah.
little bit there, got him
Yeah.
confused.
That is one of the symptoms of manta ray venom. This one is maybe my least favorite. It's like if you like dolphins,
Hmm.
it's got that Lisa Frank sort of dolphin thing going on.
Hmm.
Looks very sleek and smooth, kind of fuckable in a way.
Hmm. Yeah.
The
I mean
doll.
the
I mean, if
dolphin,
it
not the
were
child.
yes, no, that's yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't want anyone getting the wrong idea here.
Yeah, I'm only thinking about like the original dolphin, not the morph,
Right. Which
because they can
dolphin was
consent.
Cassie? Because they were all
Probably
friends.
Chandler. I don't know. And then yeah, you have Axe down at the bottom who you can barely see. He is on one puzzle piece. That's how small he is.
Yeah. Now, I'm actually, like, swapping back and forth, and this is I actually like this a lot better on the box because the colors on the box are a lot brighter. So, like, some of this detail in the dome ship looks really cool and fun, and I'm really enjoying it on the box, but when I look at this puzzle, it's a little bit more just, like, blurred into the background the way that ship was, and Axe doesn't stand out as much.
Now, I don't know how much of that is actually a
Mhm.
difference on the box cover or just a shitty scan of the cover where they did some shit to the colors
Mm.
of it.
That could also be the case.
Like they it looks like just the saturate or the picture of the puzzle is shittier. I don't know. Something's going on.
I mean, the picture of the puzzle I'm looking at, because when I'm going back to the box art, I'm looking at this picture that just has all the box arts so that I can like look ahead or behind if I need to compare. And this has a lot more resolution on this puzzle. It's a much nicer pick.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
but it's fine. It's the
yeah,
dolphins underwater. It's not that exciting to me.
yeah. Now I just like dolphins. I don't know why that might be, but I
Yeah, they
just
have
like
their
them.
qualities.
They have their qualities. I'm looking at this axe zoomed in. Is this literally the axe that was on the axe card in the board game?
I think it is. I think it's very close. I think it is.
Like, it looks exactly the same. It's got, like, all those weird details that were like, "What's going on with that?" It's got the same ones using the same pose. I see some,
Is Cassie Sorry, go ahead, yeah.
Enos Enarf going on here.
That the trees? Is that what that
Yeah, it's like
is?
the bend in the river. Yeah, what are you saying about Cassie?
Is she wearing an earring? At first I thought she had a necklace on, but I think that's
Huh.
just her shirt. But it looks like she does have like a little
Yeah,
earring.
she does look like she has an earring.
Yeah.
I
That's which
mean,
is I guess you could.
yeah.
Yeah, 13-year-olds could get their ears pierced.
Yeah, I mean, Cassie doesn't seem like the type to go out and like get her own ears pierced, but she does seem like the type that if at some point it was like, oh, I'll get my ear pierced
Mm.
because I'm young and whatever, that she would keep up with that.
I think Rachel talked her into it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Cassie, we're going to the mall and we're getting your ears pierced so we can make you look good for the prom.
Is that how Rachel
You know how
talks?
Rachel, yeah, that's how Rachel sounds.
Right, right. It's kind of
Also, I'm mad. Oh,
when
you
I'm
know.
looking at the way Cassie's legs turn into a flipper here. It doesn't really look like they're melting so together so much as her legs like phase out of existence and then a flipper phases
Mm.
back in, right? Like her face is changing, but like this middle Cassie is like almost ghost like.
There's some artistic liberties here.
Yeah, yeah.
The last puzzle, this one might be my favorite.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's this. So this one is for the stranger,
Yes. This
and
is
yeah,
yes.
okay,
Rachel is
yeah,
attacking a
yeah.
Hork-Bajir, presumably at the top of the EGS tower, maybe throwing him out a window. Or no, maybe this is in
Uh,
oh no, maybe this is in the Yerk pool where she goes berserk. There's a couple options. I can't actually quite tell where this is supposed to be.
I don't know, but she is moving towards the camera, towards us as a
Mhm.
bear as she morphs. And the Hork-Bajir we're seeing it kind of from a lower perspective. The Hork-Bajir is like being knocked backwards and
Mhm.
screaming in anguish as he's being stomped by this grizzly bear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I said I just think the way the Hork-Bajir is drawn is very fun. It's very Hork-Bajirs just look crazy.
Yes, I do think
And
that this is the same Hork-Bajir that was on the card, like a Hork-Bajir card, because it's got the
in one of the
weirdo, like
games,
crazy spikes coming out at the elbow. Um,
hmm,
yeah, he's got this odd. What is this thing on his back? It's like a purple, like cape shoulder pad spike thing. Like, what is
I think
this?
that's just his body.
Yeah, no, it's
He
weird.
kind
It's
of
cool.
It looks like he looks like like the Shredder. Like Shredder's got
Yeah.
those shoulder blade things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean the way that the blades are drawn on him is so insane because they are so long
Yeah.
and from off of his arms that it's so impractical. No creature could live like this.
Yeah. And like the only thing these would be, I mean, these could be for display, right? Like some like peacock shit, where it's just like they're there to look crazy and be impractical just to show off, right? Like, hey, I can be impractical and still make it. That's how fit I am, type bullshit. Um, these are not like used to cut bark from trees, that's for sure. They could be used as an intimidation tactic against predators. You're not using them,
They
though.
look like Wolverine's claws.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Snicked.
But they're popping the ones that look like, well, he's got like the long
Yeah.
claws on his hand, but then he's got ones
Yeah.
that are literally 3 feet long, and there's 5 of them, and they're coming out of his elbow like a second set of claws.
Yeah. There would be so many accidental self-impalements in the Hork-Bajir colony. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. His tail looks crazy. Everything about it looks crazy. Also, I don't know, he looks a little too scared of this grizzly bear.
Rachel's
I
on
don't
a
feel like
fucking rampage.
Yeah, but if I was this thing, I wouldn't be that intimidated. I would much more scared of this Hork-Bajir than of a bear. The bear doesn't have 5-foot blades coming out of every fucking orifice.
That's because it's Rachel the bear, right? Like a regular bear,
Yeah.
no, this thing would be serious. Rachel is just on a fucking bloodbath right now. She's probably murdered like 10 of these guys already, and this guy's like, no, please, I have a family.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you were alone, lost in the woods, would you rather come across a man or Rachel morphed as a grizzly bear?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't come up before, but
I am surprised it hasn't come up before.
Yeah. That's the problem is, we're not actively reading the books or the show, and so these memes don't get lost. They get lost like I don't think they would have.
Yeah, and we never actually used our like dumb Twitter account for the show, so we weren't like trying to think up memes to stay topical.
Yeah. You know what? I changed my mind. I do think the Jake one is the best, probably.
I actually do kind of prefer the Marco and Cassie just because of the like more detailed background. Like it feels more environmental, Probably Marco. I think I like the Marco one the best.
Whatever.
Look at how nice these woods are, these mountains. Yeah.
Now the image of this Rachel puzzle on Seropedia, the box has a sticker that says it costs $1.99.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's on clearance. I went to check, which maybe I'll do for all of these things. You can buy these puzzles currently on eBay, at least 3 of them. The Cassie one I don't see, but currently each one is being sold brand new, so I guess they're sealed for $100 each.
All right.
So these are much rarer.
$100.
I think these are much rarer than the board game.
Yeah, that's a pretty big jump from the $1.99 or whatever you said before.
Yes, that is $98 more dollars.
Yes. Now, something I only noticed when we looked at this Rachel cover is that at least 2 of them, and presumably all of them, have a hidden A on the cover, like a hidden Mickey type thing.
What? I mean, there's an Animorphs logo in the corner. Is that what you're talking about?
So if you look at this Rachel thing, there's the Animorphs logo in the corner, but if you look on the ground, right across from
Holy shit.
Uh-huh. And
there's a shadow of an A.
That's right. It is on the ground. And on the Cassie one, the dome of the dome ship has the shadow of that same A on it. It's very faint. I
can't find it. What the fuck?
It's like right at the top.
Oh, I see it on the cover.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Now, I haven't seen it on the other 2 yet, so I wonder if we can find it, or if that is, we're going to waste time doing nothing trying to do that.
Yeah, I see it on Marco's. It's very obvious, actually, when you're looking for it.
Oh, wait, where is it? Because I'm not...
On the ground. It's easier if you look at the full puzzle.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Underneath Wolf Marco.
Underneath
is a shadow.
Him, like a shadow. All right. And where's Jake's?
It's got to be in the same. Maybe there isn't one on Jake's. Maybe they only started after. Oh no, I see it. I was
gonna say I'm sure there is one. Where? If
you just look at the ground, you'll find it. Like it's not.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they're pretty much all on the ground.
Yeah, because they're all shadows for some reason.
Yeah. I keep thinking like, oh, maybe it's somewhere interesting, like up here in the like on the stairs or by the time. No, it's just on the ground again.
Yeah. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool hidden A's.
Ah, hidden A's. I love that. We should have put some hidden A's in our
I did.
podcasts. Okay.
Every
Listen
once in a while,
closely, you'll find them.
one of us will say A. So, I mean, these puzzles are they are pretty the art is pretty cool. It is indicative of a time when brands were not as unified and you have all these things coming out in the same span of time between the book, the show, the video games, the board games, this puzzle where the art what does a Hork-Bajir look like? I don't know, any of these 6 things maybe.
Yeah.
They're all kind of similar. Like this Hork-Bajir is blue. Are they blue? I feel like
I
they're
don't
more
think
green.
so. I don't think they're ever described as blue.
Yeah, this is 100% blue. Maybe even a little purpley in some parts. I
I
mean,
got a little
the back, of
confused with the
course.
blue bands.
That's what it is.
Could be, could be.
But yeah, I mean, they're cool. I mean, if you're a kid who likes Animorphs, that's an Animorph right there. If you're a fan of Axe or if you really like Tobias, you're not out of luck because they don't
Yeah.
really. I
Well,
mean, I guess
only
Tobias.
yeah. If you like Bird Tobias, if you're kind of into,
Yeah,
I mean, but who's reading the books and is into Boy Tobias? That's for the
yeah, but
TV show.
I want the morph. I want to see the
Mm.
morph.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they should have put
Okay.
him in the York pool getting stuck in the rafters.
All right, what are we going to talk about next?
I mean, I guess we're moving on to these Transformers, right? These action figures.
This is a big one.
This is a big one. And there's more big ones after this. So I'm a little bit worried about how long this might go.
No, it'll be fine. Now, this is whose fault? I mean, it's your fault. You fucking talked so long about those fucking puzzle covers. Jesus Christ.
I don't know that it's entirely my fault.
It was. Now, this, I think of all the things we're talking about, if you're talking about what Animorphs toys are there, these are really the toys. There's a lot of merch, but something you can play with, we're talking about these figures right here.
Yes, like these would be the big guys. As far as I know, in terms of toys, it's just going to be these and minor spoilers, the fast food like little toy prizes.
Right, minor spoilers.
Minor spoilers, yeah, just in case you didn't know what we were going to get to. Yeah, so these action figures here, these are like actually related to Transformers, right? Like like Transformers, right?
Yes,
Like,
this is not the first time we've talked about them, actually.
no,
Because,
it's not.
yeah, on our Patreon, we discussed the show Beast Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, these are I believe the origin of them, I could be misremembering, was that they had leftover Beast Wars toys and they just converted them into Animorphs or something like that.
Oh, interesting. I don't remember that, but it could easily be.
I mean, if it's not on this page, I don't know, but I believe we discussed something along those lines. But they actually yeah, they actually did have Transformers branding. Like it was called Transformers Animorphs Toys.
Yes, they were called that. It says here they were stocked on shelves alongside Beast Wars Transmetal 2 toys. And it says their presence may explain why the Transmetal 2 series was so small, with only 17 action figures in total. Thank you, Seropedia.
What does that mean?
Beast Wars. I mean, clearly, if you're a Transformers figure collector guy, you probably are like, I'm super aware of like the size of each line, what's coming out, and there were fewer that came out. Maybe that's what you're talking about, where they had leftovers, where they were like, oh, we were supposed to have 30 of these, and they only made 17 because they made Animorphs or some shit. I don't know.
And we'll never know. There's no way to know. Yeah. There's several of these.
Yes. So
15.
There are different classes of these. Which I don't quite know exactly what that means, but it seems like there is the deluxe class, which, you've just got like a figure that transforms into another figure. The mega class, which look, I assume they're a lot bigger. And it looks like there's a lot more moving parts on them here. They do look more detailed. these ultra classes, which have I think there's only this one, and it actually has three forms it morphs between, and this super class, which is three Animorphs that transform into a single thing. So I guess we're going to start with this deluxe class here.
You know how they're always doing that. Yeah. And there are the most of those.
Hmm.
And, if you're familiar with a Transformer toy,
Hmm.
you kind of know the gist of what these are. Uh, of course, with Transformers, the toys came first.
Hmm.
And so they had the luxury of saying, well, we know this is going to turn into a car.
Right.
So the robot's going to kind of look like a car in a sort of.
Right.
Now, here you have a human child that has to turn into a bulky wolf or a gorilla or something. And so what they have to do to accommodate that is like, it looks like Cassie's wearing in the fucking power loader from Aliens. Like she's got bulky gray shit on her arms and legs. Is she mid-morph already? Is that the idea? It's very weird looking at these.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the other advantages Transformers has is that they're robots. So if, like, the parts don't fit perfectly in the transformation, then, it's fine. You just put some random shit sticking off of them. But here, yeah, I don't like what the hell is going on with Cassie? Like, she's
Yeah,
got like
yeah.
green overalls with yellow straps. Yeah, and then her arms are surrounded by this. I guess it could look like fur, but it does look like power armor. She's still got wolf feet. And they all look insane like this, right?
If you looking at the rest, I
Look at
think it
fucking
is.
Marco. He's
I
like
think
square. He doesn't look like he transformed from a gorilla. He looks like he's just a gorilla with a human head now.
no, it is 100%. It has to be the default form is like stage 3 of the
Hmm.
morph.
Hmm.
Like you're not getting boy to animal. You're getting half boy, half animal to full animal.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
mean,
look at Rachel. She literally has a mane
yeah, I mean, like when
and
I
claws.
yes, Rachel here, like a lot of these guys just look weird, right? Like power armor or like just a gorilla with a human head or like what did you even do with these parts they're just sticking here? Rachel here actually very specifically kind of looks like some kind of like Thundercats figurine, right? Like
Very
some
much.
furry had their sexual awakening because they owned this toy as a kid.
Okay. Come on.
I'm
Not
just
me.
saying.
Yeah, for me it was Nala. Remember when she gives him those bedroom eyes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know what scene you're talking about.
And then when it says sex in the stars, and that turned me into a deviant.
Right. For me, it's the alien that farts at Jar Jar.
Okay. All right. I was trying to make this show classy, and you sort of dragged it down. Yeah, Tobias is of course a boy turning into a hawk, but he still has a large tail feathers behind him. They all have this, except for Rachel. Weirdly, Rachel, I guess because a lion is sleeker. Not really. I don't know. The rest of them are all very bulky. They all have very
Mm.
wide shoulders. They're like built like tanks.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened with Tobias. Like, I almost do wonder if it's because they had a better idea. Like, okay, I want to make a cat person. We've like literally maybe they have actually just straight made Thundercats figurines, right? And so it's like I have a better idea of what this is gonna like how this is gonna work when it's in human form, as opposed to just like I don't know, make it look kind of like a human. Do your best. It is weird with Tobias because like I get why the gorilla ends up bulky, but the bird is shouldn't be that bulky, right?
Yeah, it seems like you could work around that a lot easier. That's why I feel like these are Beast Wars reworks.
Hmm.
Because the characters on Beast Wars are bulky like that.
Yeah.
I think they just
Yeah.
said, I don't know, put a human head on it and rework it. It'll be fine.
I mean, when I look at these, the animal forms all look way better than the humans, right? It looks like that is kind of where the sacrifice was. It's kind of like we can't, these are not cars into robots where they're both machines and you can make them look like whatever. One's got to look like an animal and one's got to look like a person, and something's going to get fucked up because transformer technology is just not at that point yet. where we can get that seamless change. And it feels like, yeah, the sacrifice was on the human action figure. It's like, listen, I want a Jake toy to be a tiger so I can go fight the other action figures. I don't want Jake the boy going around and playing with my other human action figures. I don't care as much if he doesn't look like
Mm.
Jake.
Yeah, that is like a transformer. If it's a robot or a car, that's
Mhm.
cool.
Right.
Having an action figure of just a 12-year-old boy is like this is not that exciting.
Yeah.
That's not really, even as an Animorphs fan, it's like I don't really give a shit
Yeah.
about this.
Now you say that, but I had some like Jurassic Park action figures as a kid, and some of them were literally just like, oh, like this is literally just Jeff Goldblum. So
Well,
like,
listen,
I
if
mean,
Jeff Goldblum played Marco, then it'd be a
mm,
different story.
What are
But he
you
didn't.
saying? Are you saying that Boris Cabrera is not as attractive as Jeff Goldblum?
Well, I don't. But does this action figure look like
That's
Boris
true.
Cabrera?
That's true. It does not.
No, I guess it does look like the illustration on the box sort of does look like the TV show actors.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
do.
guess to
I think
some
they
degree.
definitely are supposed to. Oh,
I,
okay, Jake's looks really bad.
I was, hmm.
But it looks like an artist's interpretation of the actors, for sure. They look way too old
Yeah,
compared to
yeah, no,
kids in
they
the
do
book.
not look like the book cover versions.
I think whoever drew Jake just made him look like Christian Slater for some reason. He's like balding. Looks really bad. But
Yeah. Now,
yeah.
oh yeah, no, keep going because
Well, I don't know. I was going to talk. I was going to then say they also each come with
yes,
something.
yes. So each one of these. Now this is just wave one of the deluxe class. There are
Right,
more
right, right,
waves,
right.
but each one of these, and I think that this is for all waves. So I'll look later. Comes with a small Yerk figure, a little translucent Yerk in what like red, purple, orange.
Orange.
It says red, purple, orange. That looks like a blue one. Maybe I'm just colorblind. Maybe the picture's bad. Um,
Yeah, one of them's definitely purple.
yeah, I'm seeing. I mean, when I'm looking at the box, it looks purple here. So,
Anyway,
yeah,
they're Yerks. They look like little Yerks.
yeah.
It would be, now it's not like they're not that small. It would be cool if you could put them in somebody's head,
Well,
but you
maybe
can't.
they. I mean, maybe they don't want the little kids like shoving them in their brother's ear or something and hurting them. Hey,
You're
mom, we got
right.
to go to the hospital to take the little yerk out of.
That would be a good, talking about board games. If you had just like a big model of a head and the Yerk is made of
Oh,
clay and you got it like it's like the grape
yeah.
escape game or whatever. You got to like smush the Yerk into their head.
Yeah, or like an operation thing where you have to pull the yerk out.
Oh, well, obviously it's the operation game based on the sickness. Fucking find the
Right, right.
fucking
I was
try
thinking
a
like you're the
gland.
Van Arcs and you're taking it out of Chapman's head, but I like this. This is good. Yeah, you have to put Aftran in, and then you have to take the whatever gland, the Tria gland out, and then you have to take Aftran back out.
I say Tria. This is my video game pitch too. It's like Trauma Center, but it's just called Will's Child Surgery Simulator. And you play as Cassie and you play on various aliens. And before each mission, there's like 12 pages of complicated medical jargon. But then in the actual mission, you just kind of like click two places and it goes, "You did it, A plus," and it's like very easy.
Hmm.
I think that's a good game.
Hmm. I just feel like maybe you're being a little
Hmm?
bit insincere right now.
I'm not. I think that would be good. Now
Hmm.
let's talk about wave two.
Yes, wave two.
Okay, now the first thing I'm seeing here is now we have an axe figure.
Hmm.
However, it is human axe, and he turns into a panther. So, Animorphs fans are losing their shit looking at this.
Yes. In fact, the first thing I'm seeing here, yes, it is Axe, but the first thing that I'm seeing here is that none of these figures turn into something that the character turned into in the book.
In wave two,
In Wave 2. Yeah, immediately we're just off that. It's just an animal and a human. And yes, it's not a fucking Andalite with Axe.
Even though on the packaging there's a picture of an Andalite morphing into a jaguar, or sorry, a panther. Um, yeah, it is human axe. So obviously this makes no sense.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the Andalite axe figure on or head like image on the box.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking dumb.
Does he have? Oh yes, the illustration. He has a big. It looks like he has a mouth. It's very weird. He has like. It looks like the front of his face is a gas, like an oxygen mask or something.
Yeah,
It
like
has
he's got a
three slits
muzzle
in it.
glued to his face.
It's very very bizarre. And I think the human axe figure
Hmm.
has stock eyes or something. It looks like he has glowing green eyes or something. Oh, I guess so does the panther, but I think maybe they are trying to make him a little Andalite-y. I can't tell.
When I look at the actual image of the figure, although this is very small and I have to zoom in, it doesn't look like he has those green eyes here. Like it looks like in the. I don't understand what's. Huh. It's weird.
It's insane. Okay, the other ones are Marco turning into a beetle and Jake turning into a bear.
I
Should
mean,
we just talk about what? Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, talk about. I was gonna say I like this beetle. This beetle looks cool. I don't necessarily like that Marco is turning into it or what Marco looks like outside of it. Listen, I think that this beetle looks cool, and I think that if this Marco design was the same except that his hands and head were robot hands and head, I would think this toy was really cool.
Right, right.
And it wasn't Marco.
Yeah, the beetle looks pretty good in its final form. It doesn't actually look like it transformed from something,
Hmm.
which is cool. The bear does not look as good.
Yeah, no, the bear
Now,
does not.
on this one, the image of Jake is straight up Sean Ashmore
Hmm.
on the packaging.
Yeah.
So they fired whoever drew the last
Mhm.
Jake box. His head looks kind of fucked up. Why does it look like he has a giant grin on his face on the figure?
That it looks so
It's creepy.
and again, I'm looking at this other image next to it that just has the figure, and he doesn't look like that there. Like that, but that's a,
Yeah.
but that's not an image. That's him in the plastic. They don't look the same. What's going on here?
Seropedia, I think, fucked this all up as
Mm,
usual.
that could be. That could be. I'm also noticing these all have like a thing next to him that they have. Like Axe is a panther with scythe claws, and Marco is a beetle with battle pincer. I don't think beetle is a battle morph. Battle pincers.
That is if you're fighting beetles.
Yeah, if I scroll up here, Tobias has mega expansion wings and retractable talons, which I don't think that's a thing a hawk has.
Well, he's an Animorph. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is strange we didn't comment on, most of them have, it's not just a transform thing.
Mhm.
They then have an additional piece like claws that just covers their hands. You like slot it on top.
Mhm.
So it's even lamer than a regular transformer because you need what if you're like if you're taking this thing to school in your pocket or something, you got to also have the additional claws to attach and detach. That's
Right.
stupid.
This is like the gun, right? Like I can turn my truck into Optimus Prime, and then also here's his gun. Except here it's like I can turn my Marco into a beetle, and also here's his pincers. I don't think that doesn't work.
Yeah, he should have those already.
Yeah.
Okay, now wave 3,
Yeah.
which it says were only released in the European market. So
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's only 2 of them.
Wave 3. So Jake, Stingray / Manta. They didn't know which one it was.
Which is just the same, like, it's the same as all the other ones, right? There's nothing to comment
Yeah.
on here.
Although this morph, oh my god, the morph transition down the side. Holy shit. They've stylized this manta ray with this gigantic gaping maw with huge long sharp teeth and Jake's mouth just stretching open into it. This looks insane. I say Jake, Sean Ashmore turning into this thing is crazy.
Do manta rays even have teeth?
Not like that, I don't think. They do, I believe.
It does say, wait, it
believe
says Stingray / oh yeah, that's on
Yeah,
the actual cover.
Yeah,
That's not
they don't know
Seropedia.
what it is. I, we need one of our wildlife people to say, but I think they have like teeth more designed for like breaking open shellfish or something than these
Hmm,
kind of like sharp things, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. He's also posed
Unfortunately,
like he's fucking Superman under this manta ray cape.
yeah, well, he's it's a glider.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's happening in these is
Hmm.
all the Animorphs. This is later on. I think these are post series in canon,
Hmm.
and it's they've become estrenes, and
Mm. Hmm.
they've mastered the art of being like in and out of morphs simultaneously. So that's what we're seeing here. That's why we're seeing these
Right.
combos. This is like Tobias is harnessed. He can be a hawk boy and he's more like an X-Man or something. He's still got his human form, but he's got hawk powers.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
That's my headcanon.
That's pretty cool. I'm also not to double back here on Wave 2, but I've two of these figures have the back of the box. And they've got like a little "My name is Axe, my name is Marco" section with some pretty good text on it here. Axe here says, I am able to take on a human form for 2 Earth hours. I enjoy having a human mouth so I can eat delicious foods, but when I need strength, speed, and powerful claws, I morph into a panther and watch the enemy run away in fear. That sounds like Axe to me.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, Marco says, I'll just morph into a fire beetle and fight the Yerks until the whole world is free. Maybe
Hmm.
he crawls into people's heads and kills the Yerk
Oh,
inside their
yeah, he
brain.
stings them with his fire beetle pincers and fights the
Yeah.
Yerks directly.
Yeah, it's a fire beetle for
It's
sure.
a fire beetle. Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Yeah,
Now the other thing in wave 3 besides the stingray,
yeah.
what the fuck is
This
this?
is this is a morph. It goes from taxon to unknown alien. Not even an alien from the series, just something. Taxon to something.
Who the there this there is no way you cannot tell me this wasn't just, I don't know,
Yeah.
we have a toy of like a bug that turns into a worm or some monster. Somebody just made this and they're like, taxon? Oh, that's a thing in there. Sure, close enough. There's no way somebody was
Yeah.
reading Animorphs and said, we got to make a taxon toy. It
Yeah, I mean,
didn't happen.
and then the other thing is unknown alien. Like they didn't even turn it taxon to Hork-Bajir or Yerk. It really feels like they were just like, go nuts, make something, some wacky fucking animal.
Yeah,
Just
it
do
turns into
shit.
alien.
Make it a weird, goopy alien thing. I gotta say, if I were a kid, I would have fucking loved this toy. Um,
It looks horrifying. This is some
yeah.
Cronenberg, fucked up shit.
I mean, this is why I think I like it the best is because like the other Animorphs, it's like it kind of fails at looking like a human, but here it's like it's a weird, gross looking taxon thing, and then it turns into some other weird, gross looking thing, and like it doesn't not look like the thing because it's nothing. It sure does look like a weird, gross alien. I think this kind of rules, honestly.
You would. I mean, you have a kinship with the Taxons and anything upsetting and disgusting.
Look at this cool taxon. It's got like a ridge down its back. It's got this weird. The teeth look metallic. It's a little circular mouth here. This is
Yeah,
my
for
friend. I want
listeners,
one of these.
it's very orange. It's an
Hmm.
orange, I guess giant worm like, but it has like the legs are purple. It has big purple legs sticking out the sides. Certainly doesn't have red jello eyes or a
No,
long tongue.
no. And it
It
could have
looks
a
more like it
long
has a
tongue.
shell than like a soft, squishy body. It looks like it's armored.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a bug. It's not a taxon. Other than like the vague shape and many legs. This has nothing to do with the taxon.
I like him.
Yeah.
And then he turns in. He's got like a much more turtley shell with spines on it, and he gets two legs underneath him and a long neck with like a tiny little head on it on the end of it. This thing's cool. I like this
It
thing.
looks very 80s sci-fi movie. I mean, or it looks like the things from the remake of Invaders from Mars. It looks like
Mhm.
some kind of weird like stop motion animation 80s monster that you would see. It's I mean, I guess it's okay. I don't know. It's weird. I'm
Mhm.
scared of it.
It's cool. If you're a European in the 90s, send me this thing.
All right, then we have Mega Class.
Mega class. So wave 1 consists of Axe and Visser 3. Now Axe is turning into a scorpion here.
Wow.
Another
They really
classic.
nailed it.
Because you know Axe is half deer, half human, half scorpion. Yes, I know that's too many halves.
Right. So this is clearly just he already has the tail. What's the least amount of work we can do here?
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Might as well make them turn him into a centaur.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like you might be all like, yeah, they did it to make it really easy. Um, but Axe is supposed to be like a kid Andalite, and he's fucking enormous. Like he has this huge barrel chest and like gigantic huge fucking arms. This is Gaffinilon. This is not Axe.
Well, they had one Andalite model for him in Visser 3. They weren't going to change it.
Yeah. I mean, you think, right? You can do anything with an Andalite here, and you chose Scorpion, the thing closest, and you didn't even really make the right Andalite, in my opinion.
Now, what is cool about this, though,
Hmm.
this is, I think, the only officially produced Andalite toy
Mm.
besides Visser 3. Like, everything else is a human or an animal. This is the only, if you want something that's recognizably from Animorphs that isn't just a fucking animal or a kid, I think this is the only thing that exists, and I'm also not counting that taxon. And I don't think there's any Hork-Bajir figures, unless we see something later that I don't remember.
There
It's
is sort of, but not. You're going to be like, that doesn't look like a Hork-Bajir.
Yeah, so I mean, at least there's that. At least they did have to actually intentionally make an Andalite. Like
Hmm.
maybe this was repurposed somehow, but it seems more like they did go for the Andalite look, which is more specific to Animorphs. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you that. This is probably your only real Andalite figure you can have, and it does look kind of like an Andalite, even if it's not the right Andalite for Axe.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Axe. It just looks like a mean Andalite.
Yeah, this is buff macho Andalite. Uh,
Now the Visser 3 one,
yeah, now, of course, they couldn't. Visser 3 is not blue because the Inferno creature that he turns into, not from the books, is red. So we had to make Visser 3 red.
yeah, he's bright red and he's turning
Jesus, he
into
looks like
uh
shit. Anyway, yeah.
like a bipedal red thing with a dragon monster head and claws. It's not that interesting
Yeah.
looking.
Oh, he definitely shoots something from his hand. That's probably a staple of the Mega class. I bet Axe Stinger Tail. He
Mm,
probably shoots something from his tail here.
he does. He
Yeah.
does. It says with firing stinger tail.
Mm-hmm. Launching Fire Fangs.
Maybe Rick Grayson said he worked for Hasbro. Maybe he did this art on these covers because that kind of looks like the
Mm,
puzzles too.
that could
Don't
be.
you
That
think?
could be.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like Visser 3's thing he's firing, if you look at the art, is supposed to be a little mouth that shoots out of his palm. Like a xenomorph? I don't even know.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I hate that this Visser 3 looks. I mean, he's bright red. His tail is tiny. Like, he's got an
Hey, don't
Andalite head
don't
and is a
tail shame him.
centaur. I don't know. I just
Visser
don't. I wish they'd made, a second Andalite and not like one Andalite and a piece of shit.
Visser 3 is online searching for small tail humiliation.
God damn. Let's fire that Twitter up again. We got some bangers this episode.
Yeah, yeah, these are weird. These are strange. Okay. Mega Class Wave 2 is just Tobias turning into a hawk again. Is there even
Yeah.
anything to say about this? It's
Blast open wings.
oh
Does
my
he
god.
shoot? Does he shoot his wings?
I think they just go like you press a button and they swing out.
Mm. The hawk here looks a lot better than the hawk before. Like this hawk looks cool.
Yeah.
Tobias still what the hell is this? Big giant chest bulky guy with angel wings and talon dinosaur feet. Like it's not a human. But the hawk is cool.
The art of him on the packaging of this one, his face looks ridiculous. He's just doing this weird little his squinty face as he turns into a bird. He looks like a man with it looks like he has a fucking six pack. I don't know what's happening. He looks like Goliath from Gargoyles.
Yeah, I guess they're not even trying because I'm looking at this packaging on the box and it does say changes from raptor hawk to mid morph human. Like, no, fuck it.
That's
We're
right.
not even. It's not
Mid
even.
morph.
He's mid morph. He doesn't turn into
Yeah,
a human. We know.
it's canon.
We know.
Because who wants a human? You want a mid morph.
Right. Yes, that's what we want.
You know what I say about these? Yeah, their mid morph is right.
Ha ha.
They also note all these boxes here say make the change,
Mm,
which was what all the cards said to let you morph in the invasion game. And we were
right.
wondering if that's some kind of a slogan.
The famous Animorphs catchphrase "Make the change," which I probably was. You know what? It probably was on a bunch of promotional material in the books, and I would have recognized it as a kid, but I just never looked at that shit again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so next we do, Ultra Class, I see now we do have this Hork-Bajir.
Yes, this is the three form thing. It's got Visser 3 to Hork-Bajir to Inferno Creature again. Fan favorite, the Inferno Creature.
Wait, so okay, but it doesn't really look the same.
No. I mean, it's still bipedal. It's still got a hand that sticks out. It's not red. I mean, it's just a thing. Inferno Beast, a
Yes.
thing we made up.
And it's like black and yellow with spots of red. In no way does the coloring resemble anything. And this Hork-Bajir, the Inferno Beast looks more like a Hork-Bajir than the Hork-Bajir mode does.
Yes.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that? Why is it like on all fours?
Yeah, I don't know. The back legs are too tiny to support it. Why did they make the Yeah, it's so weird.
Maybe
I
they
don't
mislabeled it.
I mean, it's got a Hork-Bajir head.
I like the Visser 3's blurb on the back where he ends it. He's saying, I become a powerful Hork-Bajir, a 7-foot alien with razor sharp blades at its ankles, knees, wrists, and elbows, and a Stegosaurus like tail. I can also change into a fire breathing Inferno Beast.
It's so
You know.
weird to see Visser 3 talking
fact.
like the intro to an Animorphs book.
Yeah, well, he wants to make sure you know what he
Yeah.
can do.
Visser 3 would never debase himself by turning into a Hork-Bajir.
This one is very weird. I mean, it looks sort of cool, but it also just kind of looks like a big Michael Bay Transformers hunk of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a bunch of moving parts.
This is the most like nothing looking of all of these. This Andalite just is like, yeah, I put him on all fours, which the Hork-Bajir also is, but see, he flips into an Andalite head, so that's kind of like an Andalite.
Okay, finally there is the super class.
The
$29.99. This one.
Wow, now that's really expensive.
This is fucking insane.
This rules. If I had owned this as a kid, this would have been like my favorite fucking thing in the world. Although I don't know if I ever would have de-transformed it.
Jake, Marco, and Cassie are included here.
Uh-huh.
Why those three? I don't know. They tested the best with kids or something. And each one looks like a part of a dinosaur.
Right.
And then you can combine them to be a big T-Rex. A Tri-Rex, they call it.
The Tri-Rex.
It's also electronic. It makes sounds.
Yes. It has a whipping tail and stomping feet. I don't know what that means exactly, but
I think that just means you can pick them up and stomp them. Yeah.
Now, as a team, we're unstoppable. We are the prehistoric beast of the future. We are the Tri-Rex. Oh, they say here it's an advanced morphing technique to combine their efforts into one
Yes!
incredible change.
Yes, it's canon. It's
Creature's
real.
so powerful. It takes 3 of us to become one. We had to. You know what? I'm just going to read this whole thing rather than doing snippets.
Go
Let's
ahead.
see. Listen up. We can't tell you more than this. The Yerks are here. Nasty parasites that crawl into your ear and take control of your mind. Our ability to morph into any animal we touch is Earth's last hope against total enslavement. Now, we found a creature so powerful, it takes 3 of us to become one. We had to break into the Yerk's genetic experimentation lab to acquire it, but it was worth the danger. Each of us
Holy
concentrates on
shit.
a specific section of the giant T-Rex. Then we used an advanced morphing technique to combine our efforts into one incredible change. Now, as a team, we're unstoppable. We are the prehistoric beast of the future. We are the Tri-Rex. This
Why?
fucking
If no
rules.
one has capitalized on this in the fan fiction, that is
Yeah,
this is
go write
this
it.
is my headcanon. This is post series. They have to get the Tri-Rex.
Look at this fucking morph sequence where it starts with Jake, Cassie, and Marco, and they all slowly turn into the dinosaur as they get pushed together and blend into this thing.
Now, if you look at the bottom of the Seropedia page here, there are videos of the commercials for these toys.
Oh fuck! I should have watched those.
They're
God
like
damn.
30 seconds long. You could watch them right now as I'm doing.
Oh
And you
man.
get to see them in action as you like flip Tobias's beak onto his face. They play the Transformers jingle. They use footage
man.
from the TV show. And one of them is specifically for the Tri-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, and as well as the Visser 3 Hork-Bajir monstrosity. And you can see that Tri-Rex come together, and they even have a little animation of like 3 kids morphing into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's showing stomping. I think it actually does it detects when you pick it up and put it down and makes a stomping noise.
Stomping noises. Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's pretty
God,
sick.
just look at these parts. Like Cassie transforms into the tail, and Marco transforms into the middle of the body and the legs, and Jake is the arms and the head. And you put them together. What if you got? What if 2 of you transformed back, but one of you didn't make it to the time limit, and you're just like left there as a pair of legs? You're stuck as some legs.
Yeah, well,
God damn.
Okay, now on eBay right now,
Yeah,
you can
$29.99
get is the original price.
Uh-huh.
The Visser 3 Inferno Beast, $70 in box.
That actually sounds like it's probably a pretty good deal if you wanted that.
Same with the Axe one. I see the smaller ones. I'm seeing several for like $18.
I am shocked that these are less expensive in good condition than the puzzles.
Well, I think it's probably that whoever has those puzzles is the only person selling them right now.
Yeah.
So like the market is all theirs.
Yeah, maybe nobody sold these or bought these puzzles, and so they're just
Right.
using. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to range from like $12 to $60 for these figures, but a lot of them are out there still. You could own one of these for your very self. Some in packaging.
How much is a Tri-Rex?
Tri-Rex. That's what I'm gonna try to search for the Tri-Rex. I don't see. Oh wait, here's one Tri-Rex, $70. Oh yeah. Here's one for $40. Here's one for $40.
Shit, I was honestly expecting this one to be like $200.
$25.99.
God damn.
These are out there, man. Now, some of them are like $100, so it probably depends on condition and stuff. But
right.
Yeah, no, you can get these. They're not impossible to find.
What about this taxon?
No, I don't think anyone's selling the taxon.
Pretty good. Pretty cool. These are pretty cool. Well, these aren't pretty cool toys, but this Trirex is pretty cool.
I guess it's cool in a way. It's what it is,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
listen, none of these toys are really for me. I have to put myself into the mindset of being a small child, and I know that as a small child, this Trirex is fucking hype as shit.
Okay, now this really was the main course of our episode, but we should try to speed up a little on the remainders,
Yeah,
right?
we probably should. Although
It's one of our last episodes. Let's give the people a big
give
one,
the
you know?
people what they want. Yeah, if we need to take a break and pick up again for our own sake, we will
We'll be
maybe.
fine. I've got 90 minutes until I have to go see Karate Kid Legends.
So next up we have this Animorphs fast food merchandise. So these are
All right.
toys.
Yeah, buddy. You know us. We like fast
We
food.
do like fast food. So these were from KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Yum
The Yum
brands.
brands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't read that. That was I just know. That's who owns those.
So I guess this here page starts off with the KFC toys. Um,
Sure. KFC, our favorite of the three.
our favorite of the three, and maybe our favorite of the three toys too. We'll see here.
This is pretty
Um,
exciting.
this is pretty exciting. These when did these KFCs come out here? In 1998. The KFC
Okay.
Kids Meal. I don't think I've ever had a KFC Kids Meal.
Is that even a thing they offer? I had
Right?
no idea. I don't I don't know if that's I've never heard of a KFC toy.
Yeah, no, it's so strange to me. I don't know what to make of it.
They do
Um,
have kids meals. I googled it.
okay. So
I
this
don't think they
first
come with toys.
one here, well, that's a mistake. Why don't they do that anymore? We've got the Animorphs puzzle cubes. So these are four different cubes. They're like divided into, 8 pieces, right? Like cut, 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 in the 3 different dimensions, and you can, like, fold and unfold them out. So, you've got, like, a box with a pattern, and then you fold and unfold it to get a different pattern. It says once you start, you can't stop.
These are kind of fun. I've played with these similar things before. Um, you could like it's a cool thing to put on your desk, and you could
Yeah.
have a different little arrangement every once in a while.
I don't know if these are what you're picturing or not.
No, I'm looking at it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
right. The
I
puzzle
guess it I
cube.
guess it unfolds into the in like this wide flat image and then folds up into this cube image.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's like you can twist it around. Like I mean, people probably know what we're talking
I
about.
don't I don't think you
It's
can
not.
twist it around. I think it folds in and out.
We might be saying the same thing.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't
okay,
know.
okay.
I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of like
It's not like a Rubik's cube.
no,
Yeah.
it's because it's more you can actually like expand. It's almost like one of those little fortune teller things kids make with like
Yeah.
paper, and they fold it in and out.
Yeah, except I mean it doesn't really seem like it has that many modes to it here, you know?
It looks like there's 8, right? I'm seeing 8, unless
I
these are all
I
different
think
cubes.
I'm assuming these are all different cubes
No,
because otherwise.
no, no, no.
Okay,
This is
okay.
one cube. There's only one
Okay.
cube.
Okay, yeah, because you can do the inside, the out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, because you fold that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that there would be 8 of them. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Four
E-
outsides, 4 insides. That's pretty cool. That is pretty
So
cool.
like one of them is the Animorphs logo. A couple of them are art of the kids. One looks like just the cover of like the Alien book. They've got
Mhm.
some quotes. They've got some silhouettes of morphing. They're cool. I
Yeah.
like it. I
Little
want this
X,
thing.
he's only human. I like that it has the fucking some people never change, some do. Just that and
It's
some cool
badass.
text. That's fun. Yeah,
Now
I
some
like the
of this
morph sequences. Yeah.
there's art I've never seen here before. This art of Rachel turning into an elephant is particularly bizarre. It's like
Yeah.
there's a big close up of a big elephant foot, and then Rachel's kind of half morphed in the background, look in a weird pose.
Yeah, that is what the hell is that? That is so strange. Yeah, because
It looks,
she's half
yeah.
elephant, like split down the center. So like the foot that's way in the foreground is her left foot, but then in the background her right foot is there. So it's like one figure, but it looks like an elephant superimposed in front of her. And then she's got some like ancient Greek painting pose going on where she's like looking up in profile. That is cool art.
It's as if you picture just a human Rachel, but then like coming out of her back is just
Yeah.
3/4 of an elephant.
I, I love this. This is really cool.
Yeah, I want this one. Okay, already.
You want the puzzle cube.
Now,
Uh
next up, what the fuck is this?
the Animorphing box. So they say they're stylized as a blue box, but then it says rub the middle area of any side of this mysterious black box. So I don't really know that it's stylized as a blue box so much as just a box. Um, so this is a cube, and I guess it's just got black sides. But if you like rub the side, then the heat will reveal the
Hmm.
image of the cover of one of the books. The Stranger, The Alien, The Forgotten, The Change, The Unknown, The Escape.
It's
Uh,
like one of those mugs that when you have hot coffee in it or something, the picture shows.
right, but I don't think you can go in. It just turns from like handling. It says for
Right.
best results, refrigerate until the cube turns black.
It would be a much cooler if it was blue, so you could also just have an Escafil device toy.
Right. Yeah, this doesn't seem as good. Like just getting the book covers, and it isn't really a blue box.
Yeah, yeah. But as a kid, that's kind of neat that it does that. It kind of probably feels special.
Yeah. Yeah. So then next up we have these thought speak revealers.
Now we're
Um
talking.
yeah, so these are like little it's like a story on what do you call it? Like a little string here, effectively. And
Looks like a keychain, or it's like a small little thing.
right. And it's got a story on it. Oh, the Yerks are bad news for planet Earth, but this is our neighborhood and it's our job to protect it. But then I don't know if they have the before and after for this thing, but there's like hidden text at the bottom in the designs. But if you push the like revealer over, then you can read the other part of the story, right?
It's like a classic. Everyone's seen this where you have a
Yeah.
red, like a translucent red material, and then when you put it
Right.
on top of the piece of paper, you can read the text.
Right. It like removes that. And some of these are like I can literally see one of these says some people never change, some do, even without the red thing. So that's pretty cool. Thought speech will reveal the secret message.
This is the
Together we
kind of
fight.
thing. As a kid, I liked the sort of anything that was sort of like detective-y or
Mhm.
a little gadget, a magnifying glass, or a decoder ring or whatever. But it is sort of lame that the decoder is literally attached to the things you decode.
Yeah.
There's no anyone who picks this up, you just go, "Oh yeah, there it is. I'll just read it with this right now." It doesn't feel like there's any kind of actual work you're putting into it. I don't know.
Right.
It feels like an extra step for no
Yeah.
reason.
And it's described like it's a story, but really it's just like we can't tell you where we are in the like regular text and then like make the change as the hidden text. It's not like particularly interesting to read through.
Now, if you look, it looks like each one comes with multiple cards that
I
you
I think
actually
this is
flip
just
through.
one, and there's a lot
But
of different cards
but
that you
look at
like
the
flip through,
next
right?
but look at the next picture, the blue instruction picture. It looks like one string with like
Right.
6 cards attached to it.
Yeah. So all of these pictures are just like another revealed card from the same thing.
But you think you like had to get each toy
No,
individually and then
no.
you could
No,
combine
I'm
them?
I'm saying the opposite. I think we're saying the same thing here. Yeah.
Oh, it's just that in this picture on Ceropedia they separated them all out.
Yeah. That's what I think here.
Okay.
Not
Sure.
suitable
I
for
mean, this
children
one's
under 36 months because they can't
because they
read. I don't
can't
know.
read. Yeah. Okay, this one kind of sucks.
Yeah, this Tobias Hawk glider. Throw it and it glides.
Look at this. Okay, these have steadily gotten worse as we've gone on. This looks like complete shit. What the fuck is this? It is a
Yeah.
blue felt on a wooden stick that vaguely is the shape of a bird. It does not resemble a hawk or anything. It's complete garbage.
Yeah. No, this is just a glider, but it's kind of shaped like a bird, and it's a shitty glider too. No, this one sucks. This is bad.
F. That
Yeah.
is an F.
Oh, cool. But I'm glad Seropedia has linked in Tobias Hawk Glider. If you click Tobias, you can go to Tobias's page, and if you click Hawk, you can go to the red-tailed hawk page in case you needed to
Mm-hmm.
get there from this glider.
Yeah. Now that I want to learn more about what a hawk is,
Right.
since I couldn't tell from looking at this glider. It looks
Yeah.
so shitty.
And then the last KFC toy here is the DNA transfer cards.
What the
Uh,
fuck are these?
let's see. 9 animal profile cards with a puzzle on their reverse side. Acquire the DNA of the animals by using the DNA transfer cards. Rub the card to make sure you've acquired the DNA. That doesn't. That sounds like it's like a temporary tattoo, but like I don't know what does acquired the DNA mean.
It says the backs of
Transfer
the cards can be
DNA.
put together to solve a puzzle. So I think the puzzle is simply they go together on the back. So it's not a puzzle in the sense of solving something. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Transfer DNA. Oh, like so like these look like they have fingerprints. It looks like maybe there's like ink or something that you rub your
Mm.
finger on, and then you press it on the
Yeah.
transfer DNA, and it only takes whatever was on the back in the shape of like this paw print, for example, for this jaguar, or this
Yeah, or
fin
like
for this shark.
or for the wolf, another paw print. Or
Right,
for the the cat, another paw print.
right.
That is actually kind of cool. They're sort of it's like a temporary tattoo, but shittier.
Yeah, well, it's like for the card or something, like a stamp you use your finger
I
for.
see.
That's
Maybe
what
is
I'm.
that what it is? Are you
That's what
supposed
I'm.
to? Is it like going around to all the stations and completing your stamp set or something?
Yeah, something like that.
But did you get all 9 of these at once? Is my question.
Yeah, I don't think you should, but then there's also 3 other toys, so how do you.
Because
I
yeah, that
mean,
makes it
yeah.
cooler. I
I
think I
mean,
think you do.
when I'm looking at this board, I'm seeing perforations. It looks like these might have just come together as a sheet.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
don't,
yeah.
I don't know about
I
this.
think so. These are okay. They're better than the glider, and they're better than the thought speak. I think
Yeah, I think there's some potential here, but yeah, it
the
feels
cube
like.
is the big winner here.
Yeah, the cube is by far the big winner. I think these would have been better if you like did separate them out. So it's just like a promotion that's just a bunch of these, and you need to transfer
Hmm.
from one animal. Like you need to collect one animal to stamp the other animal or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but then you got to eat KFC a bunch of times. Nobody
Right. Well,
wants
that's the
that.
point. That's what they're trying to get you to do. How about this
Sure.
lizard card that says falling, the floor rushes up to meet you? Just so you
Yep,
remember that.
that's what happens when they do
Yeah.
it.
Don't lose your tail, it says.
How about go ape for real?
Holy shit. Release the beast on a the wolf. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Don't mess with these whiskers. Okay, Jaguar says pounce your prey. Come on. You can do better than that.
Ah, I
That's
see. I
not very
like that
good.
alliteration. Pounce your prey. Pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. All right, so
Man, I
that's
want
the
one of these
KFC.
cubes. I want one of these fucking cubes. This was pre-TV show too. Like we're talking about
Yeah.
this is all based on book hype that they got fucking fast food deals.
Hell yeah. It's probably
That's
not
impressive.
that hard because they gotta like change out toys every like month or two to keep the kids hyped to come back. So
Yeah, right.
uh we can move on to the Taco Bell toys now.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Which
yeah.
also, when is the last time Taco Bell had toys?
I know, right? I want Taco Bell toys.
Me
God
too.
damn. God damn, these are
I,
also 98.
all right, let's see if these are good.
So I
Um,
kind of fucking love this first one.
Go ahead.
This is the Yerk on the Brain magnetic maze. So there is like a brain in like a case so you can't touch it. And there's like a little magnetic Yerk inside. And you get like a Yerk fingertip thing with a magnet on it. And you have to like pull the Yerk through the brain to solve the maze. This is great, honestly. This is so like this is way more clever than like the fucking hawk glider, right? Like I would not
Yeah,
have thought
this
to do
is
this, but
yeah, I do really like the creativity of these sometimes. Makes me think of Tom Hanks in Big designing toys in his office and having a good time, you
mm,
know?
yeah, yeah, it makes sense. That's what it makes you think
I
of.
love these Animorphs. I love designing these Animorphs. That's my Tom Hanks. What do you think?
Yeah,
He
I guess
turns into a hawk. It's kind of Jerry Seinfeld. Go ahead.
the maze is on I guess the underside and the two hemispheres are divided on the brain dome on top. So you have to
Yeah,
move the yerk from one hemisphere to another.
I just saw this little Yerk just goes around the outside. I don't really understand what the maze is.
Yeah, some it's hard. Move
It's
the
very
claw in the
strange.
underside of the brain. Or no, the claw moves on the underside and it moves the yerk over the domed. Yeah, somehow, like I guess it's moving through the wrinkles here, I guess, or like it can't. I don't know.
Oh
It
yeah,
looks like
maybe
it's probably the wrinkles.
you have to get it into the middle and it's hard to move it around.
You got to
I
get
don't
it
know.
from this one arrow to the other. It's the two hemispheres.
Points for creativity, but points off because it's not immediately recognizable as actually being from Animorphs. Just looks like a
If you could
pink
get a better
blob.
shot of that yerk, maybe. I would love it
I
because it's got a
guess.
fucking yerk in a brain. A yerk in a brain? You don't love that shit?
I want to know whose brain it is. If you told me this
Mmm.
is Chapman's brain and I have to
Mmm.
get the Yerk out to save him, now I'm interested.
Okay, okay. I see, I see.
It's just a brain not attached to a person. I don't know what this is. Okay, we got another
Yeah,
cube here
another
next.
cube, the Animorpher. Now this, if I'm understanding what this does, this looks fucking cool as hell. Now this is stylized as a blue box again, and this one's actually blue.
It's
So,
blue except for a black part, a square on the
yes.
front.
So what the Animorphs say at the top, it says hold cube at arm's length to see the reflection of your face. Okay.
Whoa.
Place hand on the back side of the cube and rub the back until the black fades to gray. Hold cube towards a light source, then remove your hand to reveal the tiger. Block the light source with your hand to see the tiger's face change back into your reflection.
What the
So
fuck?
it's got like a mirror that reflects your face, and if you like rub the back, it and then hold it up to the light, the tiger shows over your face. So you can like put your hand behind it to make the tiger's face fade in. You can make your face fade into the tiger and back to your face in the blue box in the mirror.
This sounds so complicated. I don't even this is science.
Yeah, no,
Go-
that this I mean it feels like this is pretty simple to use when you have it, but like the steps on this sounds fucking crazy.
Also, how big is it? If it shows your reflection, it looks kind of small.
Well, let's
Like,
see. It's
how
supposed
does
to
it?
be arm's length, but it's a kid's face and a kid's arm.
That's the original selfie right there, holding this
Yeah.
Animorpher cube.
I wonder how well it actually works because it sounds incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no pictures on here of it actually doing what it's supposed to do, and yeah,
Yeah, I
I don't
mean
know.
this might be the coolest shit in the world that's like ever been made, or it might be absolute junk that doesn't work. I can't tell.
I don't like the look. The material of it just
Mm.
looks so cheap.
I mean, it's a fast
It's
food toy. What do you want?
yeah, but like the other, I don't know. Even the other cube though that reacted to heat looks a little more solid to
Hmm.
me. This just looks like a foamy kind of junky piece of junk.
I mean, I don't think it's foamy. I think it's like hard plastic. It's just probably like shitty plastic.
Yeah, yeah, looks like shit.
So this next one is the Andalite beam. This is a changing image projector shaped like an Andalite dome ship.
This is another one like the Andalite toy where if you want to own an Andalite dome ship, this is your only shot.
Yeah. So this
They were
is
not producing this.
yeah. So this like you can kind of see it's got a dome on top and then it's got a big like bridge underneath. Um and then if you point the bridge and I guess like press the button, uh or no, you press the button on
It's
the
a
bottom.
flashlight. Why are
Yeah,
you
it's a
making this
flashlight.
complicated?
It's a flashlight, effectively. You press the button on the bottom, it shoots a thing out from the dome, but then you turn the dome, and it makes a little shadow puppet in the light of an animal or of an animorph turning into an animal. Right? It looks like there's a little rotating thing inside, maybe, when I look at the GIF here.
Yes, it's a kid turning into a rhino.
It looks cool.
This is cool as fuck. This
Yeah,
one is great because even if it did nothing, it's just cool to have a dome ship sitting
yeah.
next to you.
And
But the projection of the light, that's a cool thing.
yeah, the shadow puppet thing is really cool. Like when I look at it, it does look like there is some actual thing in there that like you look at it head on, it's shaped like a person, you look at it in profile, it's shaped like a rhino. And so there is kind of almost a transformation as it rotates.
That's sick. Like I want a line of these with
Yeah.
different morphs.
Yeah. This
This one is
fucking
cool.
rules.
This one's good. This might be the winner so far. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
yeah.
I actually really like the next one.
I do too, honestly. Even though it's kind of dumb and simple in concept, it also is pretty cool.
This is the claw to hand watch.
Yes. It's more of a timer, really.
I guess it's like a stopwatch.
Mhm.
Or yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's not it doesn't go on your wrist. It's you hold it.
Mhm.
And you set it to the current time
Mhm.
and then it has a 2-hour countdown,
Yeah.
right?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
And it just tells you when 2 hours are up. Can you set it to other times? Does it tell you the time?
It doesn't
Or
look
do you
like
only
yeah, set window to current time so you will know when 2 hours are up. Refer to included watch instruction sheet to set time and date.
So
It
maybe
just
it does have the time and date somewhere in
yeah.
it. I would have loved as a kid. I loved having a watch. I loved just being able if I had a digital
Yeah.
watch, I would play with it. This is before smartphones. There
Mhm.
wasn't as much to do as a kid.
Yeah.
So having being in the car or wherever and being bored and being able to set a timer or an alarm and fuck around with little beeps and noises. This is a thing I would have definitely carried around in my pocket. And also, I would have gone outside and been like, time to morph. Oh, this is my limit, and played Animorphs with it.
Yeah, I mean, I do love the simplicity. It's literally just a clock and it tells you like, "Oh shit, you gotta morph back. You gotta morph back. Oh no."
Yeah, and I guess who knows what kind of claw is holding this thing. Could be
Mhm.
anything.
Let's see. It's
But
like a Spider-Man colors, right? It's like a blue palm with a black or a red black of the hand. It's got 4 claws. I don't know why I
it
can't.
looks Hork-Bajirish to me.
It does kind of.
It's okay, pretty cool. One more for Taco Bell, the Animorphing Sphere.
The Animorphing sphere. So this what, roll ball and watch the spinner transform from the Animorphs character into a hawk. So it's just like a silhouette like you would see in the book pages. And I guess as you roll the ball, it spins, the thing inside spins and you get to see it change.
This sucks.
Now, this says here this was the toy given to those under age 3. So I think maybe you
Mm.
only got this if you had a baby and they were like, you can't have the other ones because you'll eat them or you won't appreciate them. Give them a ball.
Yeah, this is dumb because go look at what this is in this ball. In order to see it, you have to roll it. So it's like moving away from me. Like, how am I supposed to look at it if
Yeah.
it's in motion? I gotta be worrying about it falling off the table. That's dumb. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I mean this feels like, my 7-year-old wanted an Animorphs toy and then the 3-year-old little brother was like, "I want one too." And so give him the ball. Take the
We could have done a
fucking
whole
ball.
episode just on fast food toys.
I mean we could have because there's a lot more. I was this
Oh
is the
wait,
part I was most excited for, honestly.
is this still Taco Bell? The next
Yeah,
ones?
because there was a second wave of Taco Bell toys in 1999, the next year.
Okay.
There's 2 waves of
Okay.
Taco Bell toys.
And now
Um,
these ones, yeah, go describe them.
yeah, so these are transforming toys here. These are like the Transformers that we had, but they're like tiny little shitty Happy Meal versions.
And
Um,
I think they actually look better.
I do too. I like them better. These are the kind where I'd be like, I would collect all of these on eBay potentially.
So it looks, can you actually take the kids out? Because it looks like there's a separate human form that just looks like a normal human and not like a weird barrel chested gorilla man. And then they get enclosed inside a shell that's the animal. I don't know if they're
Yeah,
actually removable though, or if you just open them up and close them.
it looks.
I
Huh.
don't think you can take them out.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like you can just kind of flip back. Yeah, it looks like you just kind of turn them on their side so that you can see the human thing and then flip back the head. Um, that being said, even if it just looks like a human silhouetted by like a fly or a shark or an anteater, Cassie's literally the fucking Helmicron anteater here.
I love it. That's the best one. That one looks
Yeah.
the funniest, that little anteater.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like it looks better than the weird half human, half animal barrel chest
Yeah.
hybrid. And the animals look cute, like they're fun.
Okay, explain Rachel to me though.
Rachel,
The
okay.
the human Rachel, does she just have short hair?
Uh,
It looks like a little boy.
this is a Chris Grind thing.
It
Yeah,
is. That does not look like any version of
Yeah.
Rachel I've ever seen.
No, this does not look like Rachel. What is this vest? I mean, that's also part
She's
of the
wearing
problem.
a red vest and a short sleeve white T-shirt.
Yeah, this is like classic '90s dude.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be Tobias, to be honest
Rachel
with
would
you.
not wear that shit.
That's bizarre. Now there is a Tobias which is different from the others. It is not a transformer.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of
Think it
fucking
sucks.
No, I love this
Oh.
shit.
Oh,
So it's a
sucks.
or at least in theory I like it. It's a translucent hawk body. It doesn't like move or anything. And then inside it there is another figure which is like a supposedly a human. I can't quite tell.
What?
That's like green. But I like the idea of like he's a boy trapped in a bird's body. So you get this little translucent bird with a boy in it. That's really fun. That's cool. Now this was given to those under 3
okay.
again. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
literally a baby.
But
I like this one.
Yes, this is for you and babies. It doesn't even look like a hawk. It looks
It's
like a little
glow in the
turtle
dark.
dove.
The Tobias, that's why he's green. He glows in the dark. Oh, this is so cool. He does look like a
That
turtle dove.
sucks. Yeah, it looks like a little tiny little baby
It's
pigeon
cute.
or something.
Birds are fun. I like birds. We're gonna tell you.
Birds suck, and so do you. And it just looks like inside of him is a little slimy blob. This is garbage. This is a
I
bad
like
toy.
it. I like it. Cassie
I'm gonna
Anteater is pretty great too.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that to fucking eat you. So you shut
Marco the
fuck up
shark,
about this.
Rachel the fly, and Jake the lizard. Wait, this is
Now there are
lizards'
what?
sides are removable. What's that mean? They just like they click back open so that they don't surround with posable. I don't know what. Yeah,
Who gives
Sure.
a shit? There are ads here for these toys, and one of them has the Taco Bell Chihuahua saying, "Tacos and Animorphs? Pinch me, I must be dreaming."
Yo quiero Animorphs.
And it shows all the toys spinning around along with tacos in the air. I love it. It's great. There's a little bit of a better angle in one of these ads of the boy and the bird. It still looks like complete shit.
I don't know. Maybe I like it. Maybe I like it.
Okay, now Pizza Hut is the last one.
Yes, Pizza Hut is the last one here.
This first one is so ridiculous.
It looks absurd. Okay, so first of all, there is text here that I don't know where this is from, but it's about Pizza Hut. My full name is Aximili Escaroth Isthil. I am a young Andalite, and I am always hungry. Humans call their Earth food stations restaurants. Restaurants are wonderful places. Some restaurants serve a wonderful food called pizza. What can I say about pizza? The crust, the sauce, the cheese, the toppings. This is perhaps one of Earth's most amazing foods. Now, one of my very favorite restaurants has joined forces with my human friends to help defeat the Yerks. Finally, two worthy activities, eating pizza and saving the universe from evil, have united. Nothing will ever be the same again. My dictionary defines hut as a rugged dwelling, but Pizza Hut is not rugged, and no one is lucky enough to dwell there. Still, I am very glad that from November 9th, 1998 to January 4th, 1999, many of the Pizza Huts will be serving Animorphs stuff with their kids' meals. In addition, the placemats will be printed with Animorphs activities to keep you busy when the pizza is gone. Amazing. Zing. They really went for it. They fucking went for it.
I mean, listen, this is that is in Axe's voice.
It's good.
He would say all those things about Pizza Hut.
He would.
I don't disbelieve it for an instant.
Yeah, Axe probably is out here like, why has nobody chosen to live in the Pizza Hut?
And again, I think this is probably post-series canon, right? Because it's post-war. The Animorphs are famous now, so these toys were really made. And this is Axe doing a brand deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
They paid him to write this.
All about brand deals for fast food places.
All right, so the toys.
The toys. All right, these first ones, these Animarkers. Okay, so these are invisible ink and revealing highlighter markers, 2 in 1. That there are there's heads. Can you describe these heads?
It looks like, so it's a boy's head, or it's Jake or Rachel. And then, but the bottom half of their face is covered by a tiger or a bear face, but it's fully 3D. So
yes.
it looks like they're peeking out. It looks like they cut off the top of a tiger's head, and somehow this boy is like peeking up from inside of it and looking at you.
Yeah, it looks like some weird cartoon, like Rachel looks like a cartoon bear that just has human eyes and hair on a bear head. Now, I'm pretty sure, because I look at this other picture, the inside, the human heads can come out. I think that one of these, this is like a revealer or like a invisible ink nested within the revealer or something. So like you pop out the human head to write, and maybe you can pop out the animal head to reveal it or something. Or maybe you just pop out the human head to write, and the animal head's the base and the revealer's in the base. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those two things though, for sure.
It looks so silly.
Yeah. It shows it in the picture. Yes, the animal has a pen, and so does the human head.
Okay. God, the art of it looks somehow even more ridiculous.
The art is so much better than the toy, because in the art it looks like like a big mask they're holding up in front of their face.
Or they have a giant beard.
And once again, this Rachel has really short hair and a really manly face. What is going on?
Rachel's the tomboy character, don't you know?
I actually don't know in this other picture if that's supposed to be Rachel or Jake, because it's not in color, and I can't tell what color their hair is, and they look the same.
These are so dumb. These are like, it looks like some fucking Smokey the Bear cartoon shit. I love it.
Once again, like I was saying, this is the kind of thing as a kid, I would have loved any toy that actually lets you do some kind of an activity that isn't just a little figure or whatever. So being able to write secret messages and decode them, this would have been the coolest shit to me. I would have loved these.
I mean, I probably still would have loved these, but I was not into it for the activity. I wanted the toy as like a figure to play with.
Yeah, sure. But if it's, I mean, if you can do both,
Hmm.
give
Right.
me an
If you can
activity.
do both, I think the concept of being able to do it would be cooler to me than actually doing it. But doing both is good.
Okay. Next is the Tobias Anna Stamper.
Yes. So this is a hawk on a stamper. Oh, okay. This is okay. So this is one of these rolling things. So you like press it down and roll it, and it like trails a stamp thing behind it. It reveals a silhouette of Tobias morphing into a hawk in orange ink, and wings flap as it rolls.
That's cool. There's also a Yerk version of this.
Yeah, I like how gross and goopy the Yerk looks.
The Yerk looks good. It looks a lot like the classic Yerk art on our cover image.
Yes, legs, I guess those are little palps or something, wiggle as it rolls. Now the Yerk rolls into
Palps.
the message, "Don't be a Yerk."
That's right. In thought speech
Right, right.
has the brackets.
Yeah.
I again points for creativity, but like what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, I don't love the stamper. The Yerk is a little bit more playable with. It's kind of hard to play with this hawk because it has this base, but it would be fun to
Yeah.
have a Yerk.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next is the Yerkpool ship squirter.
A rubber ball stylized like the Yerk pool ship, and like presumably this is like one of those things. Yeah, I had some like little fish I got from a Happy Meal that I loved when I
I
was a kid.
mean,
You like squeeze
I
it, put it in
mean,
water, open it, and then you can squirt. It's like a bath toy.
this is the one for little kids.
I'm not gonna lie, I love this one again.
Okay,
It's
do I have to say it? It looks like a breast.
hmm.
Am I wrong?
I guess
It's skin colored and it's round and like soft.
it
And
is
there's a
weird that
big
it's skin
red
colored.
thing in the center.
Well, the big red
Yeah.
thing in the center, it isn't where the because you would think it's like on the flatter bottom,
It's a
right? It's
weird
almost
red
like
nipple.
well, no, because there's like kind of a nipple thing on top, but that's not where it squirts from. It squirts from the it's like if
Ugh.
you disembody. It's like if you cut someone's breast off and then squirted the glands out the opposite direction.
Yeah, but if
You're
I
welcome for
held
that
that
mental
thing up,
picture.
if I held that thing up to you and it was squirting out of the middle, you would be repulsed.
Yeah, but I kind of
It
I like it.
resembles. It looks like it's fucking lactating. Yeah, you like it because you're a baby and you want to suckle from your mother's teat.
Maybe I just like the gross, weird shit.
Yeah, you do. We've
Yeah,
talked about this. I always hated like creepy crawlers and all that shit. It's
yeah, I love
disgusting
that
to
shit.
me.
I had like
Yeah, because that's what you are. You're a creepy
probably
crawler.
like literally pounds of creepy crawlers.
You are. I would not have liked you as a kid. I would have been like, I would have
How is
gone
that
to your
different?
house one time, and
How
been like,
is
this
that
guy likes
different?
Animorphs, and then I would have seen all your weird shit and like seen your room and smelled you, and I would have been like, oh, this is a weird kid. I don't want to hang out with him. This is not what I like.
Coat you in
I
all
would have
my
been,
little rubber centipedes. I had a bunch of those.
I would have been like, yeah, let's play Animorphs. I'll be Tobias, and you'd be like, I'll be a Taxon. You'd start like crawling around and vomiting. I'd be like, fuck, oh no, what have I done?
That is what I would have done.
Okay, there's one last thing on this page.
Yes, this other thing released through Pizza, which is a board game, which we did not review with the board games, and it's going to become clear why.
This is the Animorphs travel game.
Yes.
So it is a little tiny thing you unfold. It looks like a board,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just a few rings with spaces that you move around with some rather shitty illustrations of the Animorphs.
Yes.
And the way the game works is it comes with a die and little pawns that you put on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like Trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
You roll a die, you move in the directions of the arrows, and you just have to get back to home first. And if you land on a certain space, you can like make other people go back to start, or they might send you back a few spaces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very basic game. Although, again, as a kid, I would have thought this was very cool to have a game that you could play and like put in your pockets.
Yeah.
Like that would have really excited me.
Now I'm curious. These little pieces, they're like little dots, but have some thickness. It looks like maybe the squares all have holes, so you could like take this in the car and the pieces wouldn't fall.
Maybe. I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ! I'm looking at this Tobias art. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's like lumpy and misshapen. Now Marco still looks cool as fuck.
Okay, so you can get a set of the sealed 5 Taco Bell morph toys for $70 right now on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, the ones like the Yerk in the Brain and the stopwatch, somebody is selling those for like $8 a piece. There's a bunch of listings for, here's a bunch of these toys and you pick one for like, some of them are $5, some of them are $10.
Mm-hmm.
The Taco Bell ones, it looks like, are pretty abundant. I didn't see any of the KFC ones, and I'm not seeing like these Pizza Hut ones either. So, but I think the best ones you can find. This travel game is not currently in circulation.
Yeah. I'm looking at some of the text on it. Each character has some text next to them on this travel game. Rachel says some people never change, some do. Cassie says the invasion has begun. Jake says time to meet the tiger. And just
That's
wait.
his famous phrase. Yeah.
Tobias says, I have the sky.
Sure.
Now, what do you think Marco's famous phrase is? If you had to guess.
Insane.
His famous phrase is, the instinct is animal. Or is anima? Is this just cut off? The instinct...
Yeah, it must say animal.
It must say animal. The instinct is animal. What the fuck is this?
That's cool. No, I like that. That's pretty cool.
I don't know about that. I don't know about cool.
Do you think this game would be actually more fun than the card game?
It might be. Whoa, it says here, beware, you don't know who is controlled. That doesn't matter. Game.
You can also see the placemat, which had some little like a word search and a maze or something.
Yeah.
By the way, that axe stuff was from Scholastic's website.
Makes sense. So that's like not from Pete. That's why they got it so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you could get one of these right now, what are you picking?
Just only one of the
Only
fast
one.
food toys.
You get one. Yes.
Only one fast food toy. I mean, the best ones are the Transformers for sure, just as a group. But maybe the best I don't know. I feel like it's probably either this dome ship or maybe it's Cassie the Anteater.
I think I'm between the dome ship and the puzzle cube. I do think that one is a cool, like I would just keep them on my desk and I think it's cool.
Yeah. $70 for the full set of
board
Transformers.
Game's kind of cool too, though. Well, that's at least for the sealed ones. There might be cheaper ones individually. I don't know. All right,
pretty good.
So that took us an hour.
Yeah, no. We're gonna have to see how fast we can go through.
We're almost done, right?
I believe there are 2 kites. I don't know if they're interesting to look at or not here.
Yeah, 2 kites from 1999.
Do we give a shit about kites? Do you care about kites?
I don't give a fuck about kites. I don't want to fly a kite ever. I guess if one is Tobias, that's sort of fun.
The Tobias one has bird eyes on it and Tobias transforming into a bird. Now the Jake one, this art on the Jake one says release the beast. It looks like this is ridiculous. This is fucking scary.
Yeah, it's a very
shit.
It's an upsetting half morphed Tiger Jake looks like he's about to kill you.
Yeah, like this is if the Beast from Beauty and the Beast was a tiger and you were like he was actively moments away from ripping your head off. This is what it would look like.
Yeah. That's odd.
Fucked up. It's cool though.
Okay,
I
so
don't know
those are the
about this Tobias
kites.
one. Yeah, I wish the Tobias one was like actually just it looked like a bird or something. Um, I there's a bunch of stationery and office stuff, but I do want to do the clothing here because I think the
Okay.
t-shirts and baseball caps are worth doing while we still feel like it's possible to spend time on things.
Sure, sure. We have plenty of time.
All
Yeah,
right, plenty of
there's
time.
a bunch of shirts now. It doesn't say like where could you buy these? Were these promotional giveaways? Were these at Walmart? Where did you find these shirts? I don't know.
These were made by Giant Merchandising in the United States and Blue Whale in Australia.
This doesn't help me.
What does
That's
this
fine.
mean? Yeah, where were you buying these in stores? I mean, I'm seeing them on like hangers or mannequins, but like not in a store. This is just somebody's thing. Now, I do think these are only in kids sizes, so I can't like buy these and wear them.
Damn.
They look kind of
Well,
small.
maybe you could get them transferred onto a larger T-shirt.
Yeah, maybe. I'm okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I have the sky sounded kind of dumb on that board game, but this shirt that says I have the sky and then has the cover of the encounter on it. I don't know. As a t-shirt design, I kind of like it.
These shirts all have some varying degrees of wolf shirt energy to them.
Yes.
And I have the sky might be one of the wolfiest.
Yes. Listen, man, I have a couple wolf shirts.
All of these are kind of cool, but I think they're only cool because they are now vintage looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would be cool now because it's kind of like a retro ironic sort of thing to wear.
Yeah, but if you were a kid, it would have been cool because
Well, yeah.
yeah.
So some of them are kind of lame, like is the Animorphs logo with again.
Yeah.
Why do they so often go to this fingerprint? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You gotta identify yourself for something. This is
There's a
fucking
weird.
Illuminati shirt. This kind. I
Which
mean,
one
it
is
kind
that?
of rules. What is this? It's got circles, 5 circles, close-ups of the eyes. A tiger for Jake, a horse for Cassie. The fuck is that for Rachel? I guess a bear. It should be a
Yeah,
wolf
it's a
for
bear.
Marco and a hawk for Tobias. And then in the background, there's like some kind of like, yeah, it's literally the fucking six-pointed like Star of David. Tobias is in the center. Those four are out on the sides, and then Animorphs is at the top, and the A logo is at the bottom. There's like lines. It's like some fucking Kabbalah shit. This is crazy. Who designed this? I
I
love
think
this
it's
shirt.
cool.
This is
It's
great. I want
it's
this
all
in an
right.
adult size.
Yeah.
Make the
Uh,
change.
there's one that's got kind of a cool, very 90s, like you just a close up of Jake's half of his face and half of a tiger's face.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a CGI face.
Yeah. The capture shirt looks pretty cool. It's just the
The
cover of the
capture one is
capture.
cool. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, obviously they didn't make that many shirts, but that seems like the obvious way to go is just take covers from the books and
Yeah.
slap them on a T-shirt. I
Yeah.
mean, that would be a sure seller if you just they only did that with two of them.
Yeah.
Why?
Not gonna lie, I would wear some of these if I had them and they were in adult sizes.
Yeah, you don't. I know. Like it's
Yeah.
not. You don't have to say not gonna lie. It's very believable about you.
Yeah. No, I would do it.
Now the hats. There's some similar designs. So a lot of them are just variations of the Animorphs A or the logo.
Yeah.
There's one of Jake turning into a fucked up monstrous tiger.
Yeah, this like half Jake, half tiger one, and this Jake turning into a fucked up tiger. These are both cool, and I would 100% wear these. I love my hats.
Yeah,
I
you're a
would
hat
actually probably
guy.
wear a lot of these. I would wear a hat that just had an Animorphs logo on it.
What I would want if they were going to make modern Animorphs, well,
Mhm.
I do think the book covers is the best way to go.
Yeah.
But you also want those ones that are references that don't look like something
Yeah.
nerdy. So you have like the sharing shirt, and
Mm.
it makes it look like it's an actual thing. But if you know about Animorphs, you know what that
That's
is.
like the in. Yeah, because you're a little bit
Yeah,
ashamed. You don't want people to know what it is
exactly.
unless they're yeah, no, not me. I'm looking at this forest this green hat, and it's got like Animorphs. It's flat green. It's got Animorphs like embroidered onto it in the same green, so it stands out in this really cool looking badass text. And then over top of that, there's the Animorphs A logo. This hat rules. If this was in an adult size, I would wear this fucking everywhere.
Okay, the podcast is starting to get bad now. Just listening to you jack off over
I
hats
love these hats. Give me
that
all
nobody
of
can
them.
even look at, describing the embroidery. Like, who gives a fuck? They're hats.
It's cool.
I don't
What
think it's cool.
what about this image
Um,
Seropedia decided to include of the fucking tag on one of the shirts? In case you wanted to know, it was made in El Salvador in a large.
I
Like
think that's cool.
why did they do that?
Now you can get the Tiger Jake close up shirt on eBay right now for $100 pre-owned,
Wow.
or you can get the capture cover T-shirt for $400 on eBay.
Wow. If only it would fit an adult.
Yeah, maybe it would.
Where's my Illuminati one?
Okay, can we talk about these calendars?
Yes, yes. Cause now we have stationery and office. We've got calendars. We've got planners. We've got folders, party supplies. Let's get these calendars though. These are the big ones that are still left.
The calendars I are one of the things that I feel like I would want the most.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two calendars, one for 99 and one for 2000. So they are not usable until, whatever year lines up where it's the same days of the week. I don't know how long that takes. And each month of the 99 one, we'll start with the 99 one, is basically a repurposing of art from the book covers, sometimes the inside covers of, January is Jake is the capture.
Mm-hmm.
February is the stranger. March is the encounter, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have text on them that's facts about who they are and everything. But what's
Because
really
this is the
cool.
change, not the encounter. Anyway, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, sure, whatever. Is it this? Oh no, it's the next one that has something even cooler. But you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I'll just jump ahead because why not?
Okay, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Or no, is it this one? Is it the 99 one? Where is it? Oh yeah, it is. It's the 90. Sorry, it is the 99 one.
Okay.
There's as you read through the calendar,
Mm-hmm.
each month the Animorphs are talking to you and they're giving you a secret message.
Mm-hmm.
And each month has like a riddle in it. And then it says once you solve the riddle, you have to take a certain letter from that answer, and then you put all those answers together, and that tells you in which month there is a secret message hidden.
Whoa.
So this is like, if you have this calendar as a kid, every month you get to get a new message and be like, all right, I'm going to solve this puzzle. I actually don't think the puzzle starts until halfway through the year. That's why I was
Uh-huh.
confused. Because I'll tell you the answer right now. The answer is March.
Mm-hmm.
It adds up to March, which I mean, I guess they did that because at least for the first 2 months you're not sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit Mar, you don't really need to go any further. Could it be Marlai, perhaps? I don't know. And the message, this is the best part, the secret message, it's
Mm-hmm.
hidden in Tobias's wing in the background if you look for it. And it says, the newest Animorph cannot be trusted. Now,
Whoa.
now by the time you had found this, the David trilogy would have been long over. but But if they had planned it so that you would read that before it was over, that would be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So which book does March 99 line up with?
Well, I can tell you book 20 was released in July 98.
Okay, so way too late.
And again, you wouldn't have been able to solve this unless you just looked through the whole calendar. But
Right, right,
officially, you're supposed to wait until December 99.
right.
So
So
it's
ideally,
far.
they would have had you figure it out by that. So the problem is that like they have you figure it out in December in the like right when the final book of a trilogy was coming out. But then they would have had to know in March that that was the trilogy they were doing, and I really don't think K. Applegate knew that far ahead.
Mhm. Right. The 2000 calendar is maybe cooler. It has lenticular
Hmm.
art.
It sure does have lenticular art.
No more mysteries to solve, but each month is a different morph. And I think it came with like a decoder thing that you're supposed to run over the thing, over the calendar page to see the morph
Mm.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's strange. It's kind of hard to understand without seeing it in person, but there's cool pictures on this one. It's mostly just adaptations of book covers, but like you've got an axe turning into a cow month. You've got Cassie turning into a Yerk month. You've got a separation month. There's some good months. You've got a departure month in April. You got a butterfly for spring coming.
Yeah, and I'm looking at December where they all turn into dinosaurs.
Hell yeah. Dinosaur December, baby.
Pretty cool. They look like they all have quotes from the corresponding books.
These are sick.
They are pretty cool. I'll give you, they are pretty cool.
Okay, and then there's the Animorphs student planner. I
Yes.
just think if I was aware of this thing in 1999, I don't know if I was maybe didn't care about Animorphs by that point, maybe already, but um, if I had, I feel like being an Animorphs fan in '99 and having a school planner for it is like
Hmm.
the coolest thing ever. Because every day you're in school and you get to look at different Animorphs quotes and art and stuff as you write down your schedule and your homework. That's
Mm.
so fun.
I mean, this is the
I guess
problem
I'm
is
a
that
loser.
I would have thought the idea of this was cool. I never would have used it, like not once.
Oh, well, because you're the most disorganized piece of shit on the
Yeah, I
planet.
wouldn't have fucking no, no way. Yeah, no, not a
Maybe this
chance
would
in
have fixed
hell.
you. Maybe this would have been the thing that
The thing
made
that
you
fixed
become
you,
a
yeah.
better
If I'd had this
person.
as a kid, yeah.
It would have convinced you to actually remember to do things on time.
It wouldn't have.
You're such a piece of garbage. What did you do? You didn't write down like what homework you had to do that night?
No? I don't think
How
I
did you
ever
remember
did
then?
that. I don't know. I usually did. Sometimes I didn't.
Oh my god. You're fucking you're pathetic.
It was fine. Till it wasn't fine, but for the most part it was fine.
It has listen to what's in here. They have goals, a goals page, a shopping lists notes page for Rachel.
Wow.
There's a Tobias page called A Bird's Eye View of What's Happening.
Damn. What would you even use that for?
This is the best one.
Yeah.
Marco has a page of notes for you to take labeled Crush Stuff.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah,
So you
because you
can
know everyone's
stalk your
crushing on
crush.
him. That's right. There's a page for birthdays and a calendar in there. Oh my god, this thing is so cool. I know I sound like fucking Millhouse right now, but this seems pretty cool. I wish they would make it. I wish they would reprint it.
You're doing this is the what do you call it? The advertisement for it here.
The advertisement?
Like you're
That's what I'm
doing, yeah,
doing?
you're doing the ad pitch.
Yeah. Okay. Now there's all this other stationery. I don't know
Yeah.
which of this stuff do you want to talk about? I guess it's really the book clubs
Yeah,
and promo
yeah. I
items.
guess there's a lot of book clubs here. There's
Oh,
promotional
right. And then
items.
stationery is separate. Yeah.
Yeah, there is like the stationery. I don't even know how interesting that stuff is. I haven't looked through it that much, but
I kind of like the stationery. We can like breeze through it, I think.
okay.
Like there's folders which go along with the planner, school folders.
Hmm.
Again, they look really cool. I would have loved to have these as my folders in school.
Mm.
They have like different. It's weird because there's one that I believe is the cover from The Departure, but it also has Cassie's actress from the show, so it's mixing both arts in one folder.
Hmm.
I've never seen them do that before.
Yeah, that is neat. These are cool.
Yeah, they look cool. They're very colorful. One's got a big El Fangor from Andalite Chronicles, right? With like Visser 3's alien in the background. Or wait, oh no, or is it Visser 3? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's all. That are yeah. No, I mean
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Elfangor from Andalite Chronicles. Yeah, but it's got Visser
It's
3's alien. Yeah, I don't know.
It says watch out for Visser 3.
Oh, here's that fucked up Jake art again.
Yeah, turning into a weird tiger that's fucked up and scary. That's where I'd put my math homework, because I'm scared of it.
Right, right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, these are pretty cool.
Now, next is Animorphs Party Supplies. I know you're hype about this.
Party supplies. You could have an Animorphs party. I don't know. These look pretty generic, to be honest.
Animorphs. If you had a birthday as a little boy and you had Animorphs cups and napkins, you wouldn't be stoked?
I'd want it to be like Animorphs themed, but like I don't know. It'd be cool to have an Animorphs, but I'd be far more interested in having like an Animorphs themed like cake or something.
Well, you have that too. That's part of it.
Yeah, no, of course. I'd be but like I'm looking at these and I'm just like, yeah, these are just like they just look colorful. I guess they have an Animorphs thing on them. It's not like you're being like, yeah, everybody gets their own. Like here's the one you can have a Cassie or a Marco or a J. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all Jake turning into a tiger.
Yeah, they're fine. They're good. They're a good way to just take some of the burden off the parents to be like, fuck, it's Animorphs themed now.
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, I mean, if I would listen, if as a kid I would have been like, yeah, these are fine, but they're not my favorite part of an Animorphs themed party. I think as a parent I'd be like, oh, thank God I can get these.
Yeah, well, they still do that. It's just Spider-Man, Star Wars.
Of course,
they have them all. Yeah,
yeah. No,
what do you think about the Animorphs Peanut Crunch tin, though?
The Animorphs Peanut Crunch tin. I mean, I like this tin. It's kind of the same thing, but it's a tin. You can put food in it. Oh, wait, it's got
confused about this. It's literally a can of peanuts.
Yeah, and you get to eat them.
Why is that labeled Animorphs? Why are peanuts?
It's like the Star Wars Pepsi or whatever, right?
Except but Star Wars was on everything. Like, of all the snacks for Animorphs to have, peanuts?
Yeah,
what the
roasted
fuck is
Virginia
that?
peanuts in a savory, buttery glaze. Better than a brittle. Honestly, that sounds really good.
I bet it's not better than a brittle. I'm just going to say it. I bet a brittle is better.
I want this shit. I bet this was really good.
This is weird. Why peanuts? I don't understand.
Rule.
I don't understand. It should be like Animorphs chips and Animorphs cereal. That I could see. A breakfast cereal.
Sure,
and when
you do that too. Wait, you don't like...
And when they go... What? What don't I like?
You weren't like a nut snacker as a kid? You didn't eat peanuts or...
No.
Weird. Almonds?
No, you're weird. No, that's what old men do. Kids don't go, almonds.
Cashews?
That's fucking strange. Yeah, no. No child is excited about a cashew.
No, I was into those.
Oh my God. This is like, I would be going over to your house. Hey, you want any snacks? Sure. What do you got? Oh, we got almonds or cashews. What's your preference?
I mean, it was all about the fucking salted
off.
in the shell peanuts. Those are the fucking bomb.
Fuck you. I'm going home.
Bag.
We have Teddy Grahams at home. Fuck you, loser. This sucks.
Yeah, I bet this was really good. I'm into it.
God, you're such a freak. I'm glad that it's on record that everyone can hear what a freak you are.
I think what they're hearing right now is that I'm like interesting and esoteric and cool, and you're just really judgmental and pissy. That's
you didn't even let me say my idea. The cereal goes in the milk and it turns into an animal shape.
An animal
shape? Ask me. Yeah, don't ask me how it works.
I mean, I could imagine like a marshmallow. And like it turns, like the center of it turns into a color or something. Like it changes colors so that it looks. I could imagine something like this.
It morphs your milk, and then animal crackers. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just labeled Animorphs.
How
would they not? Why peanuts? It should just be animal crackers. Then put animals in there. They morph into fucking animals. It's an obvious choice.
Peanuts rule, and look, the tin's got Animorphs. It's a
Peanuts do
tin.
not
And you could have a
rule.
tin,
Shut the
and you
fuck
could use
up.
that tin to like keep all your weird toys or like creepy crawlers or your bouncy ball collection in the tin after you're done
Your
eating.
your bouncy ball collection?
Yeah, I had one of those as a
How
kid.
how many did you have?
I had like a big ass jar like full of them that I got rid of when well, I mean, I don't know. I got rid of them, but when my mom moved, she like pulled them out of the closet and was like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "No." I
Well, two
think it
things
went
I've
away at a
learned.
yard sale.
What I've learned about you as a child, you were obsessed with nuts and balls.
Right. Yes. No, that is a true fact about me as a child.
I dropped my phone. There's also some bookmarks here. Oh, and also journals. I like the journals. That's kind of cool. I would have liked to have just a journal to write in with an Animorphs cover.
Yeah, I mean this dome ship journal. This is cool. Look at this dome ship
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
with like
The
a
dome ship
Andalite
is cool.
fighter. It's got its little tail shredder. That looks fucking badass.
Like you don't see the dome ships that much, and they're hardly ever described or illustrated in the books. So you
Yeah.
kind of forget how cool they are.
Yeah, like I never was a journal kid, but I could imagine getting this Animorphs thing and then using it to like, I write notes about fake alien
Yeah,
spaceships I'm
yeah.
making up, and I'm pretending that I'm like designing them, and this is my secret law, or like some cool shit. I can
Oh,
imagine that.
there's actually a diary one that comes with a key.
Hmm,
That's pretty
that's kind of
cool.
cool. That's kind of cool. Yeah, for
There's
sure.
magnets. The magnets are cool. Again, just book covers, but that's cool. I would love to have magnets of the Animorphs book covers.
What are these
I would,
ID cards?
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the ID cards for
Yeah,
each kid. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with that.
Yeah, I've never really understood. Like the ID card feels like it goes. It's just to like fill a slot in your wallet if you have a wallet as a kid, but nothing to put in it because you're a kid and you wanted a wallet because you don't have a license or anything like that.
Then there's some door hangers that say "Caution, morphing in progress."
Hmm. What about these not pictured things? Not pictured here is
Oh,
memo board super pack, possibly Marco and Axe tabbed bookmarks. That possibly might not be pictured. Also, not pictured here are better pictures of the magnets or better pictures of the purple DNA journal. Those aren't pictured. Fuck off, Seropedia. What? Why?
they're not. I mean, they're not wrong. I do. They also have book covers that I also think are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I not have this cool shit when I was a kid in school? I want to
I
go. Let's go back to school and have this
I
stuff.
did not know that most of this existed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I think the last thing we really haven't covered is this book club stuff.
Yeah, and I think what I'm mostly interested because there's a couple of like random bits here, but I think there might be some posters there. And I'm also looking at this alien poster that came with one of the calendars that I think I would have fucking gone bananas for. I would have put this on my wall.
There's like two different book clubs. There's the Animorphs Alliance and the Animorphs Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And you could sign up for these and you would get every month or however often they sent them some little merch, some swag and a little letter from the Animorphs or something.
Yeah, I
Um
never did this, so I don't know that much about how it went.
but they do seem cool. I was a member of the Burger King Kids Club.
Okay, okay.
And your birthday month, they would send you a big activity book and a bunch of coupons for Burger King. I thought that was pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. I like these
Um,
stickers here. Some of these stickers are kind of cool. I would have put these stickers on stuff.
Now, this can't be canonical because the Animorphs are writing you personal messages.
Yeah, no. This is
And
some Alternamorph stuff.
I also like there's some where they'll be like, in the book that I narrated, The Stranger number 7, this
Right.
happened.
Well, it's like the period on this page type thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that drives me crazy.
I like that little
They have
zipper
animal
tag.
facts, morphs of the month with animal facts.
I would have put a zipper tag on my backpack. I had too many keychains. There was a too many keychain on my backpack, kid.
That's cool. Ever notice how each character's favorite morph suits his or her personality?
Whoa.
How about you? Are you grizzled like Rachel or graceful like Tobias?
Graceful, huh?
Yeah, Tobias is so graceful. You know how it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's some pendants I think you were talking about that look kind of shitty.
Hmm.
I like the box that everything came in. That's maybe cool. What is this Animorphs Alliance handbook? This is cool. It comes with the 8 rules of the Animorphs.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Were these in the Meet the Stars book or something? I feel like we've read the rules of
Oh,
the
yeah, they
Animorphs.
might be. They might be.
That sounds familiar. There's also the 6 rules of the Yerks.
We could
What's
do
this?
the. Yeah.
There's the 8 rules for dating my teenage daughter.
There's new. We could do the newsletters. There's PDFs of them here if we wanted to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're doing them now. I don't think we need to read them.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either. Now, when I look over at the Animorph Sanctuary, they send you an Animorphs passport. It's got a bunch of like pages and shit in it.
This
Uh,
is cool.
yeah, access code required. There's lines, I guess, for writing it there. Further
There's a
guarantees that the bearer
chat.
is a true Animorphs ally dedicated to preserving the secret. Pretty cool. And this necklace actually looks kind of decent. Not like
We
that
need to
shitty
talk
pendant.
about
Hmm.
uh yeah, these necklace looks okay.
I mean, for a
Inside
random thing you get from a kid's shitty book club, it's not bad.
in the passport there is a chat log between the Animorphs from like an AOL chat log.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You get to read their discussion, I guess talking to you. And at one point Axe says passport, and Marco says LOL smiley emoticon. Too bad this isn't audio.
Maybe Axe's invented voice to or thought. Well, yeah, no, it would be speech because he wouldn't be doing that in thought speak. So he's invented like speech to text so that he doesn't have to type with his weird human fingers.
Now this is good too. Marco says it's easy to solve some technical problems on your own, and Rachel says, "Oh, really? What's your web address, Marco? www.computergeeks.com?" And Marco says, "No, it's www.girlslovemeandmycomputer.com." Girls really dig my technological know-how and my good looks and my boyish charm.
Right. No, all those are true things.
Yeah, that's why we're so popular with the ladies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have any of those things, but
I mean, they wish, but we're Volcells. They also came with screensavers you
yeah, I'm
could
looking at some of
download.
these screensavers.
Pretty
Pretty
cool.
cool. You can get a Marco
Um,
cockroach here.
David Mattingly posted them all on his personal YouTube.
Little Cassie anteater.
Okay, this is weird because they have audio. Are you listening to the audio?
I did listen to some of it, yeah.
The Rachel one is like this weird techno beat and someone whispering, Rachel, Rachel. What the fuck? Why would I want that to happen when I leave my computer alone for a minute? It's really strange. They all have their own music. No one's whispering Marco, but there are bug noises.
Ooh, I like that. I bet you don't like
and
that.
and a polar bear growling. All right, I think we've covered it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, there should be more posters. I want to, because I want to look at this alien poster, and I feel like there must have been other ones. Maybe it's in the Scholastic book orders or something, but I'm not seeing them. So in the 2000 calendar, I believe there was a Animorphs Aliens poster, and I think you used some of these images in your song here. Because it's got, I mean, it's cool, right? It's got like Aldrea and a Hork-Bajir and a Vember, a Lyran, a Howler, a Yerk. Uh, now It says a Skritna, a Helmicron. I guess this weird. Oh, I see. Okay, the Helmicron is there's like a zoom in. It's on like Aldrea's finger, right? And then the Skritna is this bug thing here. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
And
looking at. I don't know
it's
what you're
got
talking
it's
about.
got descriptions of it. It's from the
I
if
thought we
you
were done.
no, if you go to the calendar thing.
I already did the calendar. We're
No,
done with the
go
calendar.
look at it. It's cool. We
Oh
didn't
my
talk about it.
god. Oh, you're talking about this alien
Yeah, this
poster.
alien poster that I
Right.
said. I was talking about
Right.
posters the whole
Yeah, I
time.
wasn't listening. It was so boring. Just your
You used
voice.
this.
Yeah. It's a cool picture. It's a cool picture of all the aliens. I feel like
Mhm.
have we not talked about this? I feel like we talked about it once. Maybe it was just us.
We talked about it off pod because we were like, is that what a fucking Lyran looks like when we were trying to find Lyrans for your song?
It is pretty sick. I mean, the Hork-Bajir looks fucking very scary.
Yeah. Who would have thought we'd actually have a canonical image of a Venber?
It's true. And there's a little Helmicron.
Hmm. No, I love this thing.
Wild.
I would have had this in my room if I'd known this existed. If I could have known, yeah,
I,
100%.
you know what? You still could. I bet you could find a high quality image of this and get it printed up.
I bet I could.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not as cool when you're in your 30s, though.
I think it is. So what do you? Okay, final thoughts. What do you? What should they have made? Is the question. What like the board games and video games? What would the ideal Animorphs toys be? We kind of talked about clothes, shirts we would want. Maybe. What did they
Yeah,
miss?
it kind of sucks because like it feels like such a slam dunk to have Transformers toys, but like they really don't do it for me, right?
They
Um,
suck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm most excited by that Taxon thing. I think for me, I would have loved to just see non-transforming alien figurines. Like I would have
Yes.
loved to see just an Andalite. Just give me some
Yes.
Andalite figurine. Give me more of these like little Yerk things. Give me a Hork-Bajir, right? Give
Yeah.
me a Skritna if you want. Right?
Yeah.
What about the spaceships, right? Like every dome ship they have looks cool as fuck. Right, imagine you could get like a big ass dome ship,
Totally.
like 2 feet tall or something. Huge, little teeny fighters to go with it. Would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been really good. Any of those figures would be really cool.
Yeah,
I don't know that otherwise I really care about toys. I don't need a toy tiger, you know,
yeah.
as
They,
an adult.
they could have had like maybe like a Dracon beam weapon and don't make it the
Mm,
flashlight. Like literally just
the
just
cube.
make a toy gun that lights up and call it a Dracon beam weapon.
No, what we
Put a Yerk on
need
the side.
is a blue cube that glows.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
really because that's what you want as a kid. You want to be like, this is the thing from the books. This lets me morph. That's what you
Right.
want. That's the
Right.
coolest thing. And it could even there could be like a switch, maybe it's battery powered, it like glows and it makes a little sound or something.
I'd like it if it just opened up and that you kept your little Animorphs figurines
Mm.
inside. You take them out, you put them back in there.
Maybe you press a button and you hear Elfangor's voice in your head saying, "You have now acquired the morphing power." And then it comes with an animal, and then when you touch the animal, it glows, and then you hear in your head, "Morph acquired." And then you morph in real life.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is all very smart.
I think they really should have also capitalized more on the morphing itself. Like you make a shirt that's like lenticular, and that when you turn your shirt in a different way, you see the morph happen.
Hmm.
Anything like that. But just slap those covers, make them like a flip book kind of a thing, or a lenticular thing on a poster, a folder, a hat, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
I wish
easy.
there were more shirts, backpacks maybe. Animorphs backpack you could have worn it to
It
school.
does say there were backpacks, but they're not. They had no pictures
Hmm.
or information. But it does
Better,
say backpacks existed.
yeah, better keychains. There are a couple like little zipper pulls that are like the Animorphs A or whatever, but like give me way too many keychains that are all Animorphs related. I can fucking hang off my zippers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
maybe. Whoa, what about this? What about a Rachel figure, but it splits in half, and then there's one with an angry face and one with a smiley face.
Right. It can transform into a starfish, and in order to get the split, you have to transform it into the starfish, because like otherwise the latches don't line up, right?
Yeah.
Then you can pull it apart and transform them into two Rachels.
Maybe a buffalo that turns into or an ant that turns into a fucked up human.
Yeah. Yeah, Aunt Cassie.
I'm trying to think of things that aren't just a kid or an animal that are unique from the series that you would want to see realized as a figure,
Yeah.
you know?
What if you just bought a stuffed tiger and named it Jake?
That's also an option. An escort.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Imagine, okay, the Kinect's escort set. Eh? Eh?
Oh yeah, Lego would be awesome. Animorphs
Yeah.
Lego. You
Yeah.
build the Yerk pool.
Yeah, I mean, Animorphs Lego in general. To me,
Oh,
the
dude,
the
that would be
escort
easy.
feel more like Kinects because it's too spindly and weird, whereas Lego's more built up. But like,
Right.
yeah, if you had Lego, you could have a little. You could imagine if you had a little Marco Lego minifigure, right? Your little
I'm ready, and then you
Andalite
just pop the
minifigure.
head off and put a gorilla head on him.
Oh shit! Oh my god! You just have a gorilla minifigure. You can swap their heads. You could put the Marco
We
head on
need,
the gorilla head on the
yeah.
Marco.
We have to submit this to the Lego Ideas site, you know, where you can submit Legos and
Mm.
people can like
Mhm.
vote to try to get it made. But you have to actually like design it.
I think you mean Lego bricks.
I think I said that. That would be fucking awesome. Yerk Pool, a dome ship one, a bug fight or a blade ship one that comes with Visser 3. That would be. This is fucking sick. I love this idea. There need to be Animorphs Lego sets.
Mhm.
I had one other idea. Fuck, and now it left me. I was trying to think of more unique stuff that you could have a figure of, and damn it, it's gone. We're talking about escorts. There's Skritnods. Oh, this was it. It's like one of those robot pet dogs, only it's a Pemalite. Or a Chi, I mean, a Chi.
Whoa! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like voice activated, you know?
Yes. Now, the smart thing to do would be to call it Eric, but imagine if it was Mr. King.
Yeah, there's none of this merch is touching on Chi.
Yeah. You're right.
There's a lot of bases not covered here.
I want to buy the Pemalite ship.
Give me the Visser 1 action figure.
Mm-hmm.
Give me my Myrtle and Gaffinilon set. So I can
Hell
make them
yeah.
fuck.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Give me all the auxiliary Animorphs, collect them all.
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
James transforms from a wheelchair into a lion or whatever.
Holy shit. This is incredible.
We need Melissa. We need Chapman. I mean, we need obviously Juan and Terry.
Who? Somebody in Chapman, you said.
Melissa and Chapman.
Don't
What?
recall
You
her.
don't-
But Chapman would be cool. And Juan and Terry for sure.
Yeah. All right. I think we've done enough. I have to go see Karate Kid Legends.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, and I don't just mean this particular episode. We've done enough.
Get your emails in theyerkyboys@gmail.com and check out our Patreon. We still have the same amount of episodes left of that show. $5 will get you all our backlog. Plus, this week we're talking about Humanomorphs. Whatever the fuck that is.
Manomorphs. Yeah.
All right. We got to go.
We gotta go. Thanks everyone for listening. Tune in next time when we will be talking about Animorphs parodies, such as Vegamorphs, in which children turn into vegetables on the Yerky Boys.